Previously, in the GodBreaking, our group of adventurers, having just finished learning about the nature of this world from the Dragon of Dragons, the one with the mind of searing light, Bifinzor himself, started to put together a plan for how to proceed. One of the things you first realized was that the Dragon of Ice, the Elder Dragon of Ice, Shaylin, who is the beloved of Anteri Saber, and also the dragon that split her soul in two millennia ago, and imparted half of her soul, the rage-filled dark side of her soul, into an item, a mortal weapon, that became Elwyn's staff. Shaylin, now dominated and under the complete control of Tiamat, was making her way through the plains of Haslin, over the mountain ranges of Haslin, looking for the city of Westfane, one of the last remaining bastion of civilization and hope on this continent. And you guys sought frantically for a way to stop her. And after much deliberation and planning, you figured that your best chance was to bring her to a different place, to get her off this plane onto a realm that she would not be able to return from. So you teleported her through the use of dual gate spells. Deimos and Adis, you both cast the gate spell and summoned her basically to the astral plane, attempting to leave her stranded there. You guys then returned to the material realm, and actually it was in Skignash, the land of the goblins, that you guys returned to, and hoped for the best. What you found quickly was that Shaylin herself, a powerful spellcaster, was easily able to follow you, and she came raging into your presence there, and in a burst of ice breath, destroyed the goblin population that was around you. You guys quickly fled to the first place you could think of, panicking for your lives as this dragon monarch pursued you. And the only place you could think of, I forget who teleported you, it might have been Elwyn, was the elemental plane of fire. And there you fought Shaylin. In her natural zone of weakness, she was greatly inhibited, greatly hampered in her strength, and you fought a furious battle with her. And in the end, you were able to, through the sheer use of well, actually, it was through Elwyn's staff, striking her with his staff, reminding her of who she was, and a combination of your efforts with Adis, trying to break the hold that Tiamat had on her mind, and Elwyn. It's on your character sheet, Albrecht. It's under abilities. Under abilities, under traits. You were able to briefly break Tiamat's hold on her, and she reverted to her human form. And in a moment of sober clarity, she looked up at you, Elwyn, and she begged you to stop her, as Tiamat's control over her was beginning to re-exert itself. Adis, and during this moment, you polymorphed her into a small creature. I think it was a mouse. And Elwyn, you made the difficult decision to destroy this ally, this friend of yours. You fired a disintegrate spell at her, and she and her form vanished and crumbled into dust.
I yell at this guy, "I hate you, Midas!"
Oh wait, so this time they killed another one of Anteri's girlfriends. This time Deimos can't get blamed for it this time.
You'll get blamed if you're not able to resurrect her.
Oh no, I didn't do nothing. Wiping my hands clean. Now we come into farming
Got a
now.
call. I'll be back in a little bit.
So you guys are currently on the elemental plane of fire. You're all pretty beat up. What do you guys want to do?
Go home, I guess.
I was curious about one thing actually because I wasn't paying attention to it, and now I'm like, I really should have been paying attention to it, which was being the branch of Yggdrasil. I am a freaking glorified tree in a plane of fire. Am I on fire?
You're vulnerable to fire. So
I'm at like
yeah,
a freaking
you're
torch
withering.
right now.
You're withering. Actually, I'm gonna half your hit points too, since I halved her hit points.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm like healing, but then I'm going to be transforming back next turn because I do not feel good.
Midas, since she is no longer in this world and thus not able to resist, can I try to learn her form?
No, she's just disintegrated.
Okay.
She has no form.
Okay, Renly, you dropped the form of Yggdrasil, and you are now your former self, your little gnomish self.
I would have tried to do one turn of healing before dropping it, but let me see if I can just drop the dice on people so that they have that healing. Because I do it on Albrecht and to Amos in particular, and I dismiss Centris.
Okay.
Afterwards, but let's do that, and that would be it.
Okay, I will regen them.
I've realized now I can drag and drop dice on people, so
Oh,
I'm
Jen
just doing that.
appreciates it.
Alrighty, and then I transform back, and then for the next 2 turns, then alrighty, and that's all the healing you're getting. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, you guys are surrounded by the fiery scape of the plane of hell, of the plane of fire. All around you, the ground is blackened. Cracks in the surface of the earth reveal like underground flows of magma. It is sweltering hot here. The sky swirls in dark and sulfurous clouds. And in the distance, you hear the eruptions of volcanoes. What do you want to do?
I'll plane shift us back to the fort.
To where?
The fort place of theirs.
Okay, so back to their keep in Heldren.
Yeah, keep, yeah.
The poor goblins.
The goblins are dead. Very, very dead.
That's what they get for possessing powerful. That's what they get for possessing magic they have no business having.
Okay.
Never has one magic missile been so destructive to a people.
This is true. So you guys teleport back to the material plane, and you land in Bright Lord's Keep. So this is, and it's been somewhat renovated since Eloise had taken it upon her and her people to rebuild this structure over the past year or so. It's a somber silence as you arrive. I guess it would be late afternoon by the time you arrive here. The keep itself is mostly empty. There might be a couple townsfolk who've taken up residence here since you guys have not occupied it, and there might be a couple dwarven workers just cleaning up and finishing up little tasks and projects here. Like I said, it's a somber setting. You guys are still kind of in shock, recovering from the events that just transpired.
So Elwin's the one that has the girlfriend here, right?
Correct. The dwarven settlement is about 2 miles from this place.
Let's see, what was it again? It was a Hey, Elwin.
I think he's still on the call.
He's on a call.
Oh, okay. Well, that can wait.
What do you guys want to do?
I just want to ask
long
his girlfriend
rest?
about my stuff that they were making for me.
Okay.
The
Anyone else?
mithril orb and the crystal.
Deimos, do you think you are buffed enough already? Because I think you missed a spot, and I point towards your calf, just at the back
What?
there.
Was the back of the calf.
Yes, you've managed to cover the upper area very well, but then test this part over here because it's hard to tell. Yes, there, no, there, yes.
Wait, my calf is not ripped.
No,
You
she's
just
talking
needed
about
more
the oil.
Oh. Oh.
You did a magnificent job during the battle buffing yourself, yes.
Oh. All right. I need some more oil. I'll just have to cover my body up again and start from scratch.
Press to digitate away the oil.
No! Oh.
Okay. I don't even have that spell.
I think you can only do 1 square meter at a time. That's like 1 peck,
That would take a while.
or 1 square something.
What's wrong with being covered in oil 24/7? It's great. My
It
muscles
is.
literally squish my skin so much I have 0 pores.
Do you
even worry about acne.
want some help finishing up that oiling?
No, I got this.
No, I'm gonna help you do it faster.
No, I'm cool, bro. I mean, I respect you trying to get me oiled up, but this
No,
is
no.
horrendous.
I'm not oiling you up. I was
Well,
going
you're
to
helping
make
me oil. It's like the same thing, right?
No. I'm just gonna help
Wait, so you're
you
saying not
oil
helping me
yourself faster.
That's that. Okay, here. So it's like saying, like, hey, I'm gonna like help you squeeze this bottle faster, squeeze more oil on yourself. But I like.
No.
not
It's
helping,
nothing
bro.
like that. I'm not gonna touch you at
Huh?
all. I'm not gonna
Oh,
touch
that's
you
what
at
they
all.
all say. Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
I cast
Renly,
haste on him.
Renly, I'll stand over here. I'm like. Can you
I'll
help me with
point
these
out
low
the area
spots? I can't.
Mistia there.
Here, Renly, just stick you on my shoulder. You get to my back here. I can't reach back there.
Oh wait,
I'll
no,
just roll that
slippery!
way.
Get away! Get
Oh,
away! I turned into a tree
hey.
again.
Oh. Joke's on you. Great exercising, climbing a tree, slippery. Builds great muscles.
I shudder. All over body shudder.
I'm just gonna go take a long rest for unless I
Yeah.
cannot.
I think it's
Yeah.
like high noon.
No,
it was just
it's
after
late
lunch.
afternoon. It's more like 4 o'clock p.m.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
You gonna try
I'm
to go
so
to sleep?
spent, I can't even make a
Albert?
mention.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything else for us to do until Bafinzor gets back or the time for the attack on Mistrala happens.
I'm going to make sure I have a sign that says, "I did not kill your girlfriend." Again. All right.
Why
Bro.
would you make him want to ask you about it?
No. He knows.
If he ever asks,
He knows.
it's just-
He's gonna kill you. This guy's crazy.
No, I didn't kill her.
That's what I didn't even kill her last time. It was just this dark elf that was crazy. I mean, I may have dragged her head
But
around.
someone
so
did.
don't
wear
worry
her-
about that. The head
her-
part.
Her
It was for scientific purposes.
Sure it was.
All right. I'm just joking. It looks really cool. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just gonna go to sleep until, for now.
So what was the other? Was there another timeline that was gonna happen where like dragons were attacking, or was that just
Yeah, they're
West
gonna
Spain,
attack
or
the Magic
Mistrala.
City in like 2 days or 3 days.
2 days?
Something like that.
I was actually trying to figure out if we had a sending stone and teleforce that we could talk to him with.
No, you're about 4 days away from the attack on Mistrala.
Okay.
Because I did want to try to talk to Teleforce just to see what his thoughts are about Aegis's plan of like burying the city. And if it was even possible.
We do have communication stones with him. Yes.
You can use the
Because I-
stones.
So we can't use them.
No,
can,
you
you
said
can.
you can't.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I would contact him and just ask what his thoughts are about it. I'd update him on Adis's plan.
Okay.
Wait, what plan?
Think
The-
the city.
The Think the City?
Oh, we don't need to anymore. We kicked her ass.
That's a different dragon that we need to. We need to think Mistrala, so Practinic.
One
can't destroy it.
dragon was
Oh,
going for
you
that
wanna,
Western.
you want to sink
Multiple dragons
Mistrala.
are heading for Mistrala.
Oh, you
Also-
want to sink Mistrala. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the city bias. Yeah, it's worth a try.
Of course, this is Plan B because we're assuming that what's his face is going to get back before all this happens, right?
He didn't give us a timeline, and that's why I'm kind of paranoid about not being sure how long it'll be before Biffin comes back.
True. But yeah, I think that is quote unquote Plan A. But you should definitely talk with what's his face about that. I'm still going to go to sleep.
Yeah. Hey, you want somewhere nice, peaceful, and completely undisturbed?
No, I'll just go sleep in my room here.
Don't trust him.
Okay.
He tried to get oil off my body.
You're going to wait a little while, Albrecht. It's not been 24 hours since your last long rest, or within the 24-hour span. So you're gonna have to wait till like normal nighttime.
Well, can I
So you've
take
got a
a
couple
short
hours to
rest?
burn.
I'll
All right,
eat
Renly, you're calling Telephos.
Can I do a short rest, Midas?
Sure.
Because that'd be fucked up.
Sure. Okay, so over the next little while, you guys short rest. Renly, you're able to send a message out to Telephos, and before long, the sending stones are active, and you're on the other side of the communication line. An image of Telephos is there. What do you want to say?
So there is quite a bit we need to catch up on. Yes, you know that fellow they were trying to find, that Biffin the dwarf. They found him. He turned into a dragon. He's recuperating, but he will be back maybe in time. We dealt with one dragon that was going to hit Westvane, and Adis, that new fellow, he has a plan to perhaps protect Mistrala, but there's a question of scale at this point, and I fill him in on the whole plan of like, okay, imprisonment Sink City need multiple people. We have that stone kind of thing, and so on and so forth. How's it going on your end?
Oh, it's going quite wonderfully here. Telephos and I have been just enjoying each other's company, per se.
Congratulations!
She smiles a little bit sheepishly, and she says, You're saying you perhaps have a plan to save Mistrala?
Yes, have you heard of the imprisonment spell? Well, Adis is sleeping at this point, but
No,
so
I'm just
the
resting.
idea is that we think the city in a bubble, and people get to relax and not worry about food and water as they are protected. And by the time Biffin comes back, I mean Biffin for the dragon, he is going to help us break the chains on the dragon, so that the rest of the dragons, so they are no longer an issue. I probably need to spend more time detailing this out. Do you have time right now? Do you have some tea?
I do. I have no tea at the moment, but what? Just a bit. And she leans over to
Okay.
Telephos, and you see them. You see him whisper in her ear. And you swear you catch a bit of a giggle, and as she turns.
Do you
she
want
says,
me to get back to you in a bit? Because I think we can wait a few hours or till the morning. If you need to get some people together regarding logistics for major spellcasting, we can do that in the morning. Enjoy yourselves.
She says, "Oh no, Mistress Friendly, we have something very important we'd like to speak to you of."
Yes.
She says, we know about the forecast, about the prophecy, and we know that the dragon is coming. We know that there are dark days ahead. But in the time that we have between now and then, we hope to do everything we can to protect our people and to enjoy life as it were. We would love to investigate the possibility of sinking our city beneath the earth, like you said. Imprisonment, that would be a very, very creative use of the spell. Would take quite a bit of modification, as it were not intended to be used on such a large-scale area. But you know Telephos. If anyone knew how to convert a spell and to channel the power of multiple mages in such a way, it would be he.
You be of the same mind, my dear. Yes.
Very good. We will work upon it. Telephos will put his mind to it.
If you have any updates for us, feel free to send word. And I shake the sending stone, sort of like, yes, just buzz us kind of thing.
She smiles. She says, "Of course, of course. Mistress Renly, there is one more thing.
Yes.
Would you perhaps and your friends, if it were possible, be willing to come back to Mistrala in 2 days' time?
Will there be a ceremony?
There's something rather special that Telephos and I would like to invite you to." Yes.
Yes.
She smiles.
Clap.
A ceremony, as it were.
About time. I wrap my stick on the floor.
A big smile comes across her face, and she's like, how delightful. She says, "I would love for you all to come and be our guests of honor. As I said, we want to enjoy the days we have, that we know we have left. And Telephos and I, we are set to be married."
Damn, that was fast, girl.
Well,
Oh,
we've
wait,
known
I'm
each
not
other a
here.
long time, and we know that our days on this world are not guaranteed.
Time is precious. Time is precious.
Indeed, it is. So please, in 2 days' time, at the latest, if not earlier, we would love for you all to return. We've got a grand celebration planned, and your presence would be much appreciated.
Congratulations are in order, it seems. So, yes, we will be there.
Wonderful. Oh, this would make me so glad. What do you think, Telly? And you see a little bit of a scowl cross his face, and then kind of a smile, and he nods.
I almost
at you
snort.
guys. She says,
Don't throw up.
She turns back to you guys and she says, Perfect. We can't wait till you arrive."
I nod and leave them some privacy.
Okay.
We just switched genres there.
What are you talking about?
Hey, she's pretty strong and he's really strong. We gotta breed him.
We totally entered romance novel territory
And,
there.
oh, hey, this is Dungeons & Dragons. This goes everywhere.
Yay!
Yeah, dicks, romance, fighting, shenanigans.
Yeah, it's like Renly the matchmaker. Okay. Okay. So, a little bit of time goes by. You guys are able to scrounge up a good hearty meal. And there are definitely stores and rations in the keep. It's been a little while since you've explored your castle here. Deimos, you kind of peruse the area. You find some vestiges of actually Feldorn's possessions and the area that he had set up, kind of like his own personal shrine area. The Euphemia's underground temple had collapsed in one of the more recent attacks. But you do find Deimos, roll a d20.
All right.
You do find a well-preserved demon dong underneath a
Oh,
pile of
thank
stone
goodness.
and rubble,
Oh, thank you. I
along
didn't
with
know
some
I
of your
was
other
gonna set
trophies
up.
that you collected over the months of your adventures.
I'm gonna go pull out one of the statues of Elistray because she's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bring her back out, and I'll stick her in the cool little Tempest trophy room. Obviously she's more in the secretary position, but it's cool. She's still
Put a dong on her.
no, bro. Unless she's okay. And I look up at the moon. I'm waiting for a signal. If I don't see a signal, I'm not gonna put the dong on there. But if I see a signal, I'm gonna totally put the dong on there.
Just roll a perception check.
All right. Boopity-doo.
If you're looking for stuff, I will totally accompany you as Bagheera the Shadow Cat.
I give him that D4 too. I'm looking real hard.
He sees a happy face on the moon as he casts my illusion spell.
You look at the moon for a little while, and you look at it, and you swear you're starting to see like a little bit of a, and because of the texture on the moon in the various dark areas, you think you see something. You're not sure if it smiled at you or if any movement. Maybe there was something there.
All right. I'm gonna count to 3, and I say, "All right, I'm gonna do it, but only because I think this is what you want." Count to 3. Whisper in my ear if you say no. Also, at any other time, let me know because we can change this thing. But I'll place the dong straight there, more as an offering to her.
So you guys prop up the statue of Elistray, and you lean like against the wall, or like in a nice secure place in the temple, in the like the chapel area of this keep, and you lean the demon dong like on the floor, or where do you put it?
I'm laying like on the floor, like a cool like slanted way. You know, like think if she was looking down, like and took a picture, it'd be really good on Snapchat. Like this doesn't even need a filter. Like we're really artsy about this.
Hashtag no filter. Okay.
Yeah, it's hashtag no filter.
It is well preserved, and it is quite large. It's about as large as she is, but you know, as artistic as Deimos can come up with. That's how it is. You know, Elistray in your chapel, in the Chapel of Tempest, along with the other artifacts, and a well-preserved, very large, very hearted demon dong, leaning over there against, diagonally along the floor.
On my chest twice and kiss up to the sky and say, "That's one's for you, girl."
We had so much fun with that dong.
Such a good dong.
Yeah.
Remember when I animated it?
Oh, that was so
you guys
good.
That's right. You animated it.
I made it attack your face.
Yeah, it was so good. Oh, it's alive.
They cut it off of a Baylor.
Oh
Really.
my god.
Back at like, I don't know what you were, level like 13 or something like that.
Oh.
All right. What else are you guys doing for the evening?
I'm actually going to be I'm going to turn into Bagheera the Shadow Cat, and I'm going to just travel through the keep and stealth around, see how people are doing, and surprise them and go hi as a cat with elemental speech, but then also keep an eye out. I want to see what's going on, because I've never really gotten the tour over here as such.
Wait a second. I start smelling. Maybe a salad. Perception check. I'm trying hard. D4 to this one. So I'm trying real hard. Do I sense a cat around me? Nina, are you there?
No, you have no freaking idea.
Oh, no. I'm all smell.
I look around for cats. What is he referring to?
You see no cats, Renly.
I'm
Deimos,
very confused.
Hey,
Deimos, you also don't see her.
come to me.
Do I see any cats?
I miss you. I miss you, Nina. As do I have the pouch.
No, in her shadow cat form, she is extreme. She basically melds into the shadows. She becomes one with the shadows. Extremely hard to perceive.
What about smelling? When was the last time you took a bath, Renly?
Is it a what you call it?
I'm relatively clean. Like
Actually,
I
I wouldn't be
bath.
able to
Cats are like the
tell.
cleanest animal.
Is it?
Yeah, I'd probably
is
smell
her
like
hiding an
straight butthole.
illusion?
No, it's not like finding an illusion.
Oh, it's not an illusion. Okay, cool.
She actually shapeshifts into so these creatures that she shapeshifts into, her tier 2 of her legacy weapon, they are actually guardian spirits of the Feywild. So they are incredibly powerful creatures that she is basically harnessing the power of.
Ooh. I want to see her tier 3.
Who knows? I have no idea how that'll
She-
kick in.
She turns into a slightly taller version of herself. Possibilities are
Height.
endless.
Or younger. Ooh, she will
Oh.
not die of old age in 10 years. Yay!
All right. Anything? What else, CJ?
Alrighty.
Anything else before you guys turn in? You guys kind of like relax the evening away. There are a few, like I said, a few village people here. Most of your servants have left. It's been 2 years since you were here, and there were
Okay.
fights and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of abandoned, but it's still well kept.
Can I go to Feldorn's and I's magical facilities that we made and try to see if there's any scrolls that survived, particularly a scroll of scrying?
Roll a d20. Unfortunately, there are a few remnants of magical items and magical spells left, but not one of scrying.
Okay.
Did you need to scry on somebody?
Yep. But it's alright. I'll do it later.
I could do it for you right now if you want.
I described Nina. See if you can scry on her.
Alright, I'll try to scry on her.
If you don't give me good news, I'm gonna break your neck.
All right. Aegis, cast roll an arcane check.
Okay.
Going off the rough description of one of your party members.
Rough description. She's cute and fluffy. 4 paws. Loves belly rubs.
So you guys are here in Hasselin. Here-ish. And the last time you guys saw her was over 2 years ago. You were it was in Ospium. It was during the battle. It was in the aftermath of the battle with the Tarask. And Deimos, that was back when you were a woman, and she had kind of just like completely rejected you, just run away.
It's not my fault.
She couldn't handle it. So since then, you guys went up to the mountains, the border mountains up here, where you found Dolric's descent, his tomb, and from there you guys went to Hell and came back, and 2 years had transpired. In that time, what you do know is that Ospium was destroyed. All right, so you really don't have any kind of clue where Nina would be normally. Through the casting of Scry, however, Adis, you are able to. What's your DC, by the way? Your spell DC.
Oh, 1 sec. Let's see. 25.
Oh, she's not gonna be able. Oh, close. You're able to locate her after a bit of time. It takes 10 minutes to cast a spell, so you kind of sit down and you arrange some of the items in the magical room that Elwyn and Feldorn had set up, and you find yourself a sharp, very shinily polished piece of like metal, and set it in the center. And as you cast Scry, you begin to look into the reflective surface of the metal sheet, and your mind begins to travel, and you find a vision, an image of Nina in her hybrid form.
That's hot.
Crouching down behind some foliage, some trees. It looks like she's either hunting something or hiding from something. You're not quite sure.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
Deimos.
I'll just watch her for the entire length of the spell.
Okay. So you know that just because of the location of your scry spell, that it's pretty far away. It's like up in this direction. And Deimos, you know that she's only able to transform into her hybrid form in her native land, in the land of Sindalar. She's not a lycanthrope. She's a what were they called?
The other type of lycanthrope.
She's not a werecat. She's a cat were. It's reversed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's actually a cat, but because of the curse of lycanthropy, she's able to transform into half human. But her natural form is a cat. Okay, so you're watching her. How long does Scry last?
10 minutes.
Okay. She's there crouching there for most of the time, just completely stealthy, just watching, just very attentive, looking in a direction that you can't quite see. And then after a few minutes, she begins to crouch forward and prowl forward, and then sharply launches out of the thicket that she's in, and strikes a passing deer. The deer gets knocked over, and she lands upon it, pinning it to the ground. And as she does so, several other were creatures land on the passing deer, and they begin to they kill it, and they begin to feed on it. They tear it apart a little, and they're basically just, it's a hunting party. They begin to not eat it right away. They begin to basically piece it out, and they begin to carry it off back to where you assume would be a campground or something like that, or a settlement.
Alright. When it ends, I'm like, man, y'all have intriguing friends, so who wanted to know about this person?
It's not a person, it's my pet cat.
Would you like to see the entirety of the vision?
Oh no, she's alive, right?
I don't know.
Well, if you saw a whole vision, I'm gonna go with yes. Alright guys, she's cool.
Yeah, but I might
Where's
not
that
know
girl,
what I
right?
was looking for. Would you like to see it too?
No,
in
I'm
case
cool, bro.
there's something I
But
missed.
it looked like a halfway tall cat woman.
She didn't look white at all.
Halfway tall.
Halfway tall?
Yeah, halfway-ish tallish. Kind of like in between like a full-sized and zero-sized person. Halfway
I don't know.
tall.
I just cast Modify Memory on him.
Okay. So Deimos, you recognize the memories that he implants into your mind, and you realize that Nina is alive, that she is with some other lycanthropes. And the images that you receive, Deimos, you realize that the pack that she's with is kind of small, and distinctly it's of different breeds of lycanthropes. And you remember that when you were there, the lycanthropes all kept to their own kind in various tribes. But now this pack that she's with is of mixed species.
Oh shit. It's peace between the survivors.
Interracial.
Whoa. I'm gonna walk her down the aisle. I'll be the proudest cat dad in the world. If he's a jerk, though, I'll break his face.
Okay.
What if it's the elephant dude?
Oh man, I'm gonna have some sick ass grandkids. I'll tell you what.
All right. Anything else?
What do they have for dinner around here? Do they have anything vegetarian?
Might have
Yeah.
said we already got a meal. Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to piece together an acceptable meal for you guys. It's not the most lavish thing, but it's definitely better than the road travelers kind of food and rations and stuff.
Okay. If,
Bring it. Some of my protein powder.
if they have like a common area, and they have like a barrel of water, I'll burn a spell and like do laughing water and see if like I can help people, like if they're feeling a bit stressed out and anxious, and if they have any songs they want to like start singing, then Rentme is gonna try and like sing along poorly, and add to that ambience.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are in the dining hall together. Like I said, there aren't really many servants left yet, but you're able to talk to some of the commoners, and they're happy to help. So you guys make some food together, and there's a few other people there. Like we're talking like 5 or 6, and there's casual conversation going on, and you guys are enjoying each other's company and just relaxing a little bit. There's a fire going off in the fireplace in the corner.
So,
one
so
of the
tell me, there's going to be a wedding soon, and I am not sure what one does with weddings of the traditional sort. What kind of gift should I get somebody normally? What do y'all do? What are your things that y'all do? And Renly starts quizzing the happy folk over here.
well, Hasselin is a it's a an agricultural
Indeed.
nation. So the common folk lady who's there, she says, "Why, miss?" She says, "Like, in our part of this world, when there's a wedding or some kind of betrothal, says we always give a couple heads of sheep to the happy family."
Sheep. That might be interesting. Okay, what size?
Oh, you know, lambs are always appreciated, but sometimes the more wealthy weddings we give full-grown ewes, and they can be sheared and also be milked.
Oh. I start taking notes. There is very little time to prepare wedding gifts, so.
so they talk a little bit more about what a recent wedding that just went on and some of the funny things that happened. There's a drunken uncle that kind of like crashed the party, and there's a big scandal in the area as he kind of like tried to woo one of the bridesmaids, but got like kicked out of the wedding. It was pretty raucous. There are laughs all around.
Now, what do y'all recommend? Do y'all recommend he get so drunk that he is unconscious, or should he be sobered up? Which would y'all think works better in a party?
Who, the groom?
No, the drunk fellow who got kicked out.
They kind of look at each other. They shrug a little bit. They say, "Well, just the parties you're supposed to enjoy them, of course, but they say there is a manner of decorum. You know, you're not supposed to go crazy. Not yet, anyway. Maybe later in the evening, but not in the middle of the ceremony."
I think of Deimos.
I've never been drunk before.
I take judicious notes and thank them.
Yeah, pre-workout highs, that's totally a thing. Got wasted off of some store.
As the night goes on, she you know, you guys are kind of like talking, and there's a little bit of wine going around, and the folk begin to talk and to sing a little bit, and she tells you about one of her favorite wedding songs, and she begins to sing. You know, she's not the best singer, but it's a kind of folksy kind of voice. She sings about the alabaster swan, and it's a small story of a swan that was looking for a mate, and how he traveled high and searched low for another of his kind, and finally he was able to find it back in the grove that he had left in his childhood, and there he found a beautiful swan who matched him, and the love that they shared as they flew off together. It's a cute little folk tale story.
Oh, that is so beautiful and perfect. Rennie's going to try singing along, and she's going to make up half the words later because she will forget it. But she
Performance
gets
check.
the gist. Okay.
You do a decent job, actually, as she's singing. You're mildly, you know, you can carry a tune, and the melody is simple enough and repetitive enough that, you know, only after a few bars you pick up the basic meter of it and the rhythm of it, and you're able to catch the melody at first, and a few more repetitions later, you join in with you venture into a few harmonies, and by the end of it, because it's, you know, there's a lot of verses, you know, there's like 12 verses. By the end of it all, you are full on harmonizing her, and you don't quite know the words, but you know you're kind of humming there. Yeah,
yes,
that kind
exactly.
of stuff. And it's not half bad. It's not bad at all.
I look towards her and thank her profusely, but at the same time I go, now, are you part of a singing group? Would you like to join me for this wedding and just sing at it? I mean, it would come with food.
She smiles a little bit. She says, Why Why, she says, I have been known to perform a little bit on our town. Our town's not very large. If this is a fancy wedding,
We are simple people at heart. No matter what our acts are, we are simple at heart, and it would be the thought that would be appreciated. And plus, you're singing, you have a better set of pipes than I do.
And it's for some friends of yours?
Yeah, they're simple folk.
Where is it? Is it in a town nearby? I could perhaps convince my father to allow me to leave for a couple of days to travel.
It's 2 days from now, and we will travel by tree.
By, huh? She gives you a very quizzical look. She says, is that like traveling by horseback? I don't own a horse. I do have a pair of walking shoes.
We will enter the tree, and then we will exit the tree on the other side.
She means we're gonna use magic.
It's perfectly safe,
dear.
my dear.
She says to you, I suppose I'll talk to me father. Perhaps he'll let me get away for a couple of days. But if that's the case, I'd be happy to. Be happy to come to your wedding. Is it going to be a fancy schmancy deal? Will I need to patch my dress? I don't really have a fancy dress, but I could patch the one I have. Has some holes in it.
That sounds perfect. I might be going as is, so you will be in good company.
She bows. She says, very well. I'll ask my father.
If your father has any trouble, tell him I could try to do a ritual for his crops, and maybe the harvest will be better this year, in exchange.
She nods. She says, I will. I'll tell him that. He's a believer in magic, so he might be agreeable.
Sounds good.
She smiles. She says, my name's Irene. She says, I'll be looking forward to it. It'll be quite the fun trip.
Very much appreciated. Have a good night. And I do turn in for the night after that.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything?
I mean, if I could get some kind of cool protein powders and pre-workout for me and the dwarf.
Where are you gonna get protein powder?
I don't know. I asked for an old school protein powder of just as much dried lean meat as I can get.
Okay. You're able to since the keep is actually on the outskirts of town, there are quite a few people outside the keep that are visible. So you go down there, and shortly after dinner, you're able to barter your way around, and they do bring a couple of flanks of goat that's been aged and dried and salted, and it's pretty good, pretty well preserved.
Richard, I don't know how much this costs. Here's like 10 gold pieces, guys.
Yeah, that's like 20 times what it's worth.
That's cool.
They're ecstatic. The people are joyous. They bow. They thank you, and they kind of like they say yeah, you ever need anything from us, anything ever again, he says, you let us know, anything. And we'll get it right to you.
The only thing, which I'll definitely come back. The only thing you have to do is okay, we'll try to sell this one right. If you could try to pray to Tempest, all right? He's a real cool guy. I hear his followers, aka such as myself, like to pay extra for good protein.
They look at each other like, oh no, we can't do that. Sorry.
Come on, bro. Yeah, come on, dude. It'd be sick.
No, you see, I had a cousin who lived not too far away, and then he moved from here. But I got word he was a religious man. He told me though that nowadays anyone who prays attracts the dragons. It's like calling out to the dragons. The dragons will come for you, and they'll eat you. They'll burn you up. They'll kill you, and they'll snack on you like a toothpick. And man, they'll mess you up, and they'll kill everyone around you.
How about this?
Don't pray. You better not be praying. The dragons will be coming.
No. You don't pray. You offer thanks to. How about this? You offer thanks to this party here. I'll collect those thanks, and I'll give them to Tempest. It's totally how it works. Don't trust me on this. It might not be factual. But I appreciate it, guys.
Just tell you what,
keep the
for
meat
10
going.
gold, I'll say whatever you want me to say. As long as there's not no praying. I'm not praying. My friend, Horace, he got himself eaten like a dragon by a dragon.
Oh, poor
Dragon chewed him up, used his bone as a toothpick, like shat him out a couple days later. It was nasty.
Oh, sounds terrible. Well, keep breeding these things to make as much protein. I want some rib sheep.
Yeah, you got it. I got lots of goats. I got lots of goats.
I'm giving like 10 more gold pieces for goat breeding.
My holy fuck.
Yeah, bro, totally cool. I'm gonna go back to my party and sleep or something, because you can't gain if you ain't sleeping.
Right, you have a good one. Alright. Anyone else doing anything?
Yeah, I want to ritual cast contact other plane.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
And hope I don't fail.
I want to see what happens if you do. I love that spell.
You go insane for
I
until you have a
know.
long rest. Well, the only way I can fail is if I roll a 1, so
One lives in hope because it's funny.
I know. I want to try to contact my friend. See if how she's doing. Assuming I don't go insane.
This won't reach out to her. This is
wow.
contacting a being on another plane. This is in this realm, the heavens, Elysium is not a plane. It's basically heaven. You're not gonna be able to reach her with contact other plane.
Oh, okay.
That's if you want to talk to some other actually being that you've met who lives on another plane.
Okay, no, I just thought I might be able to because you said she was like a demigod. But no worries.
Okay.
No, let's go bed then.
Okay. Elwyn, you want to do anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Albrick?
I'm already asleep.
Okay. The evening has rounded out, and you guys are heading to bed. Let's see here. Some time goes by. Let's say you turn in fairly early. You know, it's been an exhausting day. So you know, if you turn in around 9 o'clock, you kind of like my wife does. It's fairly early bedtime.
Yes.
Yeah, but around midnight, you hear a little bit of a ruckus. Out in the courtyard. You guys are awakened actually by the sound of a little bit of shouting. One of the remaining I guess like caretakers of this. You hear a dialogue going back and forth between two people, and kind of a heightened voice kind of coming up from where you are. You guys are in your quarters, so on the map, the guest quarters or the sleeping quarters are, I think, these upper ones. Yeah, this upper area is divided off into quarters up here.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Is there
Okay.
a window?
Sure.
I'll look out the window.
All right. Look out the window. It's nighttime. How good's your night vision?
Don't have any.
Okay, well, you can't really see much. You do see off in the courtyard, so you're talking 30 feet away from you, 40 feet away from you. A couple of characters just talking to each other, and you do hear it's kind of a heated conversation.
Can I like make sense of any of it? Like understand any of it?
Perception check.
He always picks the skills I'm worst at. Apparently not today.
You can. That's persuasion, but it's fine.
Oh,
You can.
sorry.
You do make out some of the words that it's saying, and actually, you all can. because the voice,
It'd be a 26 then.
the voice begins to raise. Where are they? Where are they?
Do I
Tell me
recognize
where
the
they are.
voice?
No.
Oh, okay.
like I said, I already headed out. I was gonna go check it out personally.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
walked out. I can
I'm
see
looking
it
out the
too,
window.
so-
I'll just keep watching out the window.
Okay. I
What is-
know
what does it
they
look like?
had her. So Deimos and Albert, you guys are walking out together.
Okay, yeah. Never mind.
Hey.
So you
Oh,
guys
fuck
find out
that.
when you get out there.
This one wasn't me.
I start dancing.
Didn't do it this time.
I slap you right on the back of the head.
Yep,
Shut
I
up.
dodge
He
it.
is. You guys walk out into the courtyard, and you see Anteri Saber. They're talking imposingly over the servant. The servant is cowering down below him, not on the ground or anything like that. Just like shrinking away from him. I don't know, sir. I hadn't heard about any woman. He says, but they arrived here last night or earlier today, and they've been sleeping in their quarters. He says, where is she? And he turns as he sees you guys walking out into the courtyard. His eyes glistening with white, kind of reflective, cat-like. His tiefling form, his tiefling nature, just evidenced in his lithe and graceful, but also kind of just agile, like a cat walks. As it could be. It's just filled with what's the word? Springiness. Just he's very cat-like in his motions. He sees you guys coming out, and he walks up to you. And as you guys are approaching, he says, "Stop right there." When you guys are about 15 feet away from him, and he says, "Where is she?"
Okay, so
I know
was
she
camping
was
last
chasing
week.
you.
Save us. Let me
And
just.
she is
let me talk.
gone.
Oh,
I can't
was-
sense her anymore.
Okay, I'm walking
Where
over
is
there,
Shaylin?
Orlin myself.
She is on another plane right now, where she will remain until we can take care of the dragon threat.
Bullshit. I can tell. Where is she?
Don't lie to his face, man.
I am straight up lying to his face. I'm rolling a deception check.
Roll it.
No. Redley says just to your face. Because
You're
she
inside your
recalls
quarters,
the
he's out there.
episode. We're looking out the window, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm down in the courtyard.
Okay, it's a decent lie.
And I just stare at him as he keeps talking, and I say, that's all I can. That's all I'm going to say. I just stare at him.
Show her to me now. Get one of your fucking magic users out here. Take me to her.
Can we hear this? Is he yelling loud enough we can hear
You
it?
can. Yeah. You guys can hear. Renly
start
and
walking
Adis anyway.
down.
I don't know what Elwin's doing. What are you doing?
I'll start walking. I'll start going out there.
Now remember, he's his right arm is torn off. It's gone completely. His chest is it's severed. Like if you look at his picture, it was severed like right here, like right there, pretty high up on his torso. His chest is scarred with like jagged-looking icicle marks. His face, half of his face is darkened. He has seen better days for sure. Okay.
I'm trying to. How do I sneakily tell Adis to just like plane shift him or something?
I don't know. How do you do that?
Like, Adis, if you can barely see in the dark, but if you're looking at me, I'm like have my hands behind my back and I am making some sort of symbol at you that my intent is to try to tell you to just
I cast
teleport this guy.
light.
What's
As
his
soon as-
proficiency in mime?
As soon as you step out, and as soon as Adis, as soon as you step out, see, he can see in the dark quite clearly. And as you step out of your quarters, his left hand snaps up, pointing at you. He says, "Who's he? Who's this guy?"
This is our friend. We met him we've met him on our travels, and he is now joining us and has been helping us out.
He says, Where is Shaylin?
As I have already told you, she is on another plane, which she will be kept there until we break the curse of the dragons.
He looks at you and says, how stupid do you think I am? She can
Do you really
travel
want-
across the plains at will.
While we were there, we were able to convince her to stay there because we had while there she can no longer under the control of Tiamat.
He steps up to you. He says, Dwarf, I'm gonna ask you one more time, man to man. Tell me the damned truth.
I cast
Where
modify
is
memory on him.
Shaylin?
Memory on him.
What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna cast modify memory on him.
What are you trying to do?
DC's 36. I'm gonna implant in his mind her last 10 minutes.
Are you an idiot?
Nah.
The last 10 minutes of what happened?
Of
The
her last 10
connections
minutes.
you all have with him and her mean literally nothing to my character.
I mean, I guess, but still.
Alright, so you implant in his mind the last 10 minutes of your interaction with her.
Yes.
Alright, as you cast it, hold on, let me see the spell.
Yeah, I think there's some.
He's
kind
also
of
charmed
space.
for a minute if he fails.
Where's modify memory?
Unless he's immune to charm.
Which,
Tiefling-
as high level
tieflings
as
are not.
he is, well, there could be something else that makes him.
It's true, but it's worth a try.
Where- I don't see modify memory in your spell list. Can you link it?
Oh, I already marked off the slot for it. Sorry. It's 5th level.
Okay, let me see what it says. You attempt to reshape another creature's memories. One creature that you can see must make a wisdom saving throw. If you're fighting the creature, has advantage on the saving throw. On a failed save, the target becomes charmed by you for the duration.
And the DC is 37. Brr, it's called.
Okay.
Hopefully he's not immune to it.
Modify memory doesn't necessarily affect how a creature behaves, particularly if the memory contradicts the creature's natural inclinations.
Though it doesn't sound like he's trying to change his memory or do anything
No,
besides implanting his memory into.
He's going Inception.
Yeah.
It's like I'm adding it in, not
Like, so
covering
like
up
showing,
anything,
yeah, like sort of showing like what happened, so that words aren't needed.
essentially.
Okay. All right. You implant. You cast the spell. And as the knowledge hits it, sinks into his mind. You see his shoulders slump, and he drops down to the floor on his knees. His single hand bracing himself on the ground. And he begins to shudder. Tears begin to stream down his eyes, down his face. His sole remaining hand grips at the ground, just like flexing and just like crushing some rocks underneath his grip. You hear his voice heaving and gasping as, and then after a few seconds, just a groan of pure anguish escapes from his lungs. He's obviously in deep emotional pain at this moment.
I whispered to Adis, if this works, you're a fucking genius.
Anyone else want to do anything?
I turn towards Amos and I'm like, but we were planning on bringing her back, right? So should we tell him that?
Well, he knows that the chances are very small, but we can try.
I will do whatever I can to try to cast foresight on you to do it.
Don't bring her back this moment.
No, after.
Oh no, that's stupid.
Yeah, we know we're
I
doing it
just
after
keep
they're
an
free.
eye on him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for him to come to his sense.
It's gonna. I tell Albert, it's gonna take him a sec to process it all because it comes in a burst.
For sure. But I'm
Okay.
just gonna wait.
His low groan turns into a sharp and vicious scream as he just lifts himself up and points, bending his whole body backwards, his thrusting his eyes and his face up to the sky, and he just screams in rage and pain. His voice kind of reverberating off the walls, the stone walls of this keep. The anger in his voice just and the pain in his voice just kind of like, obviously it's a moan, it's a cry of despair. As his scream just kind of fades, he kind of slumps over again and slowly picks himself up. One leg at a time, he slouchingly lifts himself up until he's standing at his full height, his back straight, his eyes locked, not on you, Adis, not on you, Albrecht, but over past you, because you can see in the dark, over in this direction where Elwyn is looking through his window. He says, You killed her. You took her life.
And it was her life to give.
You're not gonna be able to reason with this guy.
Roll
We have
initiative.
been trying for years.
Roll initiative.
Literal years.
Aw.
It was a
Okay,
nice
got my battle
attempt.
music going. Alright, and Terry's Saber is enraged. He's angered. His chest is heaving. His eyes and his face are still dampened with the tears that have been streaming down his face. He, with his left hand, cross draws his pistol from his holster, and he points it past you, Albrecht. Past you, and he says, "Come out of there!" And he unleashes a blast against the wall where Elwyn is back there looking at. So let's see here. Wait a second. Make sure I turn on all his buffs. What's this here? Alright. He points his gun at the wall, Elwyn, that you are standing behind. And he fires it, and there's a burst of flame as the glowing belt, the runes around his belt ignite with red and demonic fire. The cacophony of sound is almost deafening as it echoes off the walls. The round impacts the wall that you're behind and explodes. Let's see here. You, and since Renly is so close to you, she both had to make an dex saving throw. And there's an explosion. The wall crumbles, and you guys are kind of like pushed back from it. Renly, you get kind of knocked over here. Elwyn, you get pushed back, and this wall right here is gone.
I thought you said he was a friend.
Oh, he is.
No one ever said that.
I still think it's cool.
I've been wanting to kill him forever.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
he needs to die.
What are we talking about? No.
And he is very confused.
Oh,
Okay.
guys.
I
Alright.
want to kill him, but I don't think we should.
Oh,
Elwyn,
I'm
he
probably not going to, but I want to go hold him, and we'll go from there.
Elwyn, he you remember his legacy weapon. It was a
Yeah.
two revolver thing, you know, and you gather that he's a weakened version of himself. Ever since his arm was torn off, he can't really summon the second revolver because he doesn't have another hand to shoot it with, to hold it in. So he's only using the one revolver, but he fires it at you anyway.
He's only like a buffed up level 20 guy. We got this.
All right. Here comes the hit. And his bonus action. As he burns 2 charges of his infernal ammunition. Alright, that's his turn. Albrecht.
I am going to smash my arms together. Go giant.
Okay.
Now I'm
Yes.
going to move back up a little, then move 15 feet in a straight line. And I am going to stun him.
Okay. As you back up and you start moving towards him, he uses his reaction to point his revolver at you and fire first.
Okay. Before he does that, let me make sure I get my hit points correct.
Okay.
Okay, they're good.
Okay. This will be a sharpshooter attack. This will be hit damage, and since he didn't use his sneak attack yet,
Actually, I haven't drawn a sword yet, so I can't use that. Never mind.
okay. Well, here comes the shot. As he blasts you right in the face, basically, the round rips through your skin. It tears through your helmet, and you can feel the blood trickling down your face. Okay, your turn.
So yeah, I'll move towards him now and stun him.
Okay, you charge in, you smash into him. You gotta hit him.
Okay, sure. I'm not using a specific weapon. I was just gonna. So I use my spiked armor then for attack.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I forgot to target. My bad.
That's a hit.
So I have. Can you apply the stun effect to him? I haven't set that up yet.
Sure.
And can I attempt to grapple him as a bonus action?
Sure. He cannot make a dexterity check, so you grapple him. So he's stunned and
I'm
grappled
just-
at this moment.
I am just going to hold him.
Okay. Adis? What are you doing?
Sorry, I had my mic muted. I step up to him and I put the palm of my head on his forehead and I tell him, I have given you more than I was obligated to, and I've given you something that many will never have and would kill to have. So you will stop this, or I will take it away as quickly as I gave it to you. And I will prep, and I will hold my action to cast banishment on him if he does anything stupid.
He's got to do something stupid.
Yeah, but the thing is if he's damaged or I'm damaged, the modified memory fails to take complete hold and he loses the memory. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna hold my action to banish him if he does
Okay.
anything.
Deimos, what are you doing?
He's just going the little super damage just so I can get extra move. I'm gonna sprint over here behind him. I'm just trying to actually not even really hit him. I'm trying to grab his arm, pretty much arm lock him and pull the gun out of his hand.
Okay. Alright. So you grab him, and you rip the gun away out of his hand. Since he's stunned right now and Albrecht is already holding him, there's not much he can do to resist.
Oh, okay. So I do that, and then I'm actually gonna pull up his left leg, and I'm going to stick my handcuffs on his one arm and his left leg, since he's like stunned with those super cool, these furry little, they're called handcuffs.
Manacles, I think, or something.
Yeah,
Where they are
don't-
dimensional
yeah, yeah.
shackles.
Yeah, don't worry about where I got these. Don't worry how I got them. But yeah, so I'll do that to him.
These are fuzzy.
Yeah, you said they have pink fuzzes on them. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So he's gonna, I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm just gonna like pretty much use the rest of my thing to just like step back just a little bit and just really, really hold on to it.
Okay. Renly?
Alrighty, I am prone. I'm gonna get my my broom out of my bag of holding and get on it, and then fly down.
Okay.
I think that'll be everything I can do because movement, dashing, yep. I will also talk to him and tell him the plan was that we were going to bring her back, and I would do whatever I could to help in that endeavor as soon as we've got the dragons freed. So, I don't know what to tell you, man. And that is about it from her. She doesn't know if this is a bad guy or a good guy, and she's very confused, and she just say, yep, the idea was to try and bring her back.
He's just an asshole. That's all he is. He's just an asshole.
Elwyn?
A very powerful asshole, but an asshole.
So I'm gonna get my ass off the floor, and I'm gonna. You said there's a hole here, right? So I can just walk
Yeah.
through. So
Yeah, you
I'll
can
walk
walk there.
through like the 15 feet I can move, and then I'm gonna cast Hold Monster on him.
Okay.
Watch this motherfucker have a legendary resistance.
I'm gonna put it on him just.
Okay, he's paralyzed.
And then I will tell him, get a hold of yourself. We're bringing her back. And you have two choices. Relax, and we can talk you through it, or we can kill you and bring you back with her.
Okay.
Awesome.
He's still stunned and paralyzed, but especially you, Albrecht, you're staring him right in the face. Deimos, you have his arm and his leg kind of shackled. Elwyn, you're holding him with Hold Monster. Renly, you're flying over his head trying to talk to him. Adis, you have your hand up against his, close to his face, getting ready to banish him. Albrecht, you're looking at him straight in the face. And you can see, even through the stun and the paralysis, you can see the pain in his eyes, and you can hear him just kind of whispering under his voice. You killed her.
Do I
Alright.
hear him say that?
Sure.
I release the banishment and cast
So
it.
you're casting Banish on him?
Yeah.
Alright.
Charisma 25.
That only is gonna make him leave for a minute.
No, if the minute's up, he stays there.
Only if he's
Not
from
if
the other
he's
plane.
from the he's from this plane.
Oh right, that's true.
Plane should
Yeah,
rest
it's still a
with
minute to think of something to deal with.
But he's not grappled and stunned anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the hold monster doesn't go away.
that. No, but he gets to save every turn.
Yeah, he get that anyway.
So you banish him?
Mhm.
He disappears. He goes to
So
a plane
what
that you're not
What
quite
the
sure.
hell is the deal with y'all and this dude?
He's a pirate lord. Deimos, or excuse me, who killed?
We got 1 minute.
Euphemia killed his original girlfriend. Deimos wore her head as a mask.
I didn't.
He
I
shot
drummed
Deimos
along.
in the face. Then he fell in love with the dragon that we just killed, and now he's out for revenge against Elwyn. Personally, I'm just gonna snap his little neck next
Oh,
time. I
you've
see him.
done this before.
But he's always been helpful. in
Wait, so
some
this is the
battles.
second time you guys have killed his girlfriend?
Well, technically, you guys killed him. I did.
I didn't kill her.
I wasn't even there for the first time.
Yeah,
I was out in
I wasn't.
vacations.
I said not to do it.
Yeah,
I
Deimos,
rubbed
Deimos
my
is the only
temples.
one here who originally killed the girlfriend.
That was Euphemia, actually.
Member of the party, excuse me.
I was all like,
The-
no, we probably
the-
shouldn't kill
Okay,
her.
if
Yeah,
he couldn't see Elwyn, do you think we might be able to chat with him?
Nope. Then he'd just kill all of us till we found him.
He can certainly try.
That's why I said I'm just gonna snap his neck next time I see him. And Deimos can shove another horseshoe up his ass and we can arrest him later.
Why do you want to always stick stuff up my butt, bro? So
For
one
good
guy wants to
luck.
oil me up,
Well.
the other guy wants to stick something
Okay,
up my
guys,
butt.
we're running out of time.
Yeah. All I know is I got this cool thing. Hey,
Unless you guys have a plan of, you could imprison him, like use your imprisonment spell on him.
I don't have.
otherwise-
I don't have the orb. I was gonna ask you to ask your girlfriend to bring it because I should have had it done by now. But yeah.
Thanks, bro.
I
what's
think
up, bro?
I think the only way to deal this is to either magically imprison him somewhere or kill him. So I can hold him. There's no doubt about it.
Well, would you
Between
like
me and
him to
Deimos.
pet?
Wait, hey, when he was
Wait,
Spanish,
can
do
he
we still have
shapeshift?
his gun?
Yeah. I don't know about that. Can we? Is he a shapeshifter?
Is there a gun still in my hand? No, he's just a.
Tiefling
Process.
gunslinger.
The gun is still there.
Yeah, guys, I have a cool gun. Ba-bang, ba-bang, bang. Look at me, I'm a cowboy. Bang, ba-bang, bang.
But he's just a tiefling gunslinger. He's not anything special
How long
besides
does
that.
the hold person last? Or hold monster?
All right, guys, you gotta think about it this way though too. Is
Huh?
I think.
if you
If it
guys
la-
did stuff,
If it lasts for a minute, Midas,
Kill.
I'll release the banishment at 48 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, he does get a
Anything
save
else?
every round, but
As soon as I see him, I'll go ahead and grab him again.
walk away.
and I'm going to true polymorph him when he lands.
I am going to actually turn into Moonsight and try to figure out, does Moonsight know about anything that, as a Moonkin, does it know about anything when it comes to grief and trying to help someone through their grief? Because Renee doesn't know what to do besides offer tea. So
Really
this
doesn't.
is not being like
Offer him a hot
experience.
beverage.
That was her initial thing. She
Okay.
was totally
And we
going to
love
offer
you all
tea.
the more for it, Renly.
Oh god.
All
So
right,
yeah,
so
her action
Moonscythe.
is to turn into Moonscythe, yeah.
Okay, Moonscythe is here. Alright. So, you guys are deliberating what to do. Elwyn, you're concentrating on the hold monster spell. Does that go
That's
across
what
the
I'm gonna check.
planes?
But he is incapacitated the whole time that he's banished.
That's true.
I'll link it. It doesn't say anything about it, but I know that's your call.
Okay.
Uh,
So you release it 48 seconds in, Adis?
mhm. Yeah.
Okay. 48 seconds later, he reappears.
I will prep an
Um,
action, and as soon as I see him, I will grab him again.
Okay. As he appears again, he's on his knees, and you grab him, you grapple him up. Let's see here. He's no longer stunned, and he's no longer held. So you're gonna have to roll against his acrobatics.
Bring it, bitch.
All right.
Wow, that was lucky.
You grab onto him. You grab onto him. And just as he reappears, he tries to spin away, but your size and the length of your arms manages to reach to hold on to it. He was actually moving over to where Deimos' was to try to reach over to his gun, but you grab him up. He's still twisting around against you. He says, "I should have killed you all when I had the chance.
Trust me,
Then
the feeling's
Shaylin would
mutual.
still be alive."
And I would like to say as Moonscythe, like, you know, like, but what would she want? What would Shaylin want? Would she want to be tied to Tiamat?
I was going to release her. I had found a way. He's getting if he
Wait,
could
you
get
found a
angry,
way.
he's getting angrier.
So
What a
if we
true-
bring her back,
He thinks he found a way. Trust me, he's an idealist.
Can I cast True Polymorph?
Sure.
I'm gonna True Polymorph him into a statue to the best of my ability that looks like her.
A statue of her.
Shaylin.
You can't. I don't
Yeah,
know if
you can True
can
Polymorph
can
a person into an
it's
object.
an
yeah.
object, but can you create a specific object?
Oh, that was
Well,
more for flair.
Like,
I know,
mean, well,
like,
if you
yeah,
were
I
to
could-
say statue, you'd have
Yeah.
to say a statue of something.
Let's see. True polymorph. Creature into object. If you turn a creature into an object, it transforms along with whatever it's wearing and carrying into that form. The creature's statistics become those of the object, and the creature has no memory of time spent in this form. After the spell ends, it returns to its normal form. Okay. Alright, target him and make the save.
Okay.
Okay. He actually has advantage, so roll it again. Okay. He fails.
You lucky bastard.
It only lasts for an hour, so figure out what the hell y'all want to do with it.
wait,
Well,
True
when does it
Polymorph?
become permanent?
I don't think it does for an item.
Really?
It might. Let me double check.
Well, an hour is
I'll
definitely
link
more than we had before.
It doesn't say now. It only lasts as
Oh,
long as
yeah.
the spell lasts.
If you concentrate on the spell for the full duration, the transformation becomes permanent. It doesn't.
Oh, does
that
it?
means any kind of yeah.
That's what I remembered about.
But
True
it's permanent in the in that it no longer becomes concentration. It can still be dispelled.
Yeah, until
and so
it's been
forth.
dispelled, exactly.
I mean, I don't think you're gonna have any danger of being dispelled anytime soon. So
Maybe we should have heard him out on if he found a way to.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but
I
whatever.
head tilt as Moonsight, you think?
Well,
But
at least
do you
we can
think?
put him. We can put him next to the statue of Elistray and the dong, and then whenever we bring her back and she's cool, we'll just dispel the magic.
And also, do you really think that his way would have worked better than our plan?
Yes.
You have dragons coming to Mistrala. If it would work on her, it might work on others.
Yeah, but if he had a way,
But man, if it,
it's
just
like,
thinking out loud here, what do y'all think is the probability this dude who wants to cut all your balls off found a way to fix this problem when you guys had to bring back some ancient 20 million year old dragon to do it?
I mean, he
pretty
does
high.
truly love her, so that I don't doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't doubt that, but love can also make people
Yeah,
become
that's
very
what I'm thinking.
misguided.
Is his love has blinded him, in that, you know, even if he has found a way and it could possibly work, I would rather trust Bafinzor than him. And
but
if it
by
comes
the-
to a point where Bafinzor still isn't back and we're desperate, yeah, we'll release him. But otherwise, I just leave him as a statue and let's carry on.
Oh, and by the way, Elwyn, if you touch the statue, it'll release the spell in any fashion.
I immediately let go as soon as it does turn to a statue.
Why does it release the spell?
That's what I say to him. Because out of character, my character has no desire to be a part of him murdering somebody who can't defend themselves. So I'm saying to him that if he touches it in any way, it'll undo the spell.
Wait, Elwyn?
Yeah. Because it was Elwyn that said they wanted to snap his neck, wasn't it?
No, that was me. Like, I
Albrecht.
Yeah.
Oh, Albrecht. Oh, then I say that to Albrecht. Sorry.
I am very fine with him being a statue.
I wouldn't
Like,
know how that
but-
spell works though, right? Because I'm a
Yeah.
sorcerer.
Like, I would not snap his neck unless all of you guys are dead and I had no other option. It has crossed my mind, but it's my last choice.
Anything else?
I make a motion with my antlers and I'm like, should we move him somewhere less conspicuous?
Just tell me where you want it.
In the temple next to the statue of Elistray with the dong.
I'll go in there first so that I know where it is, and then I'll dimension door it into it.
As you guys are starting to move in that direction, Adis, you hear more, you feel, now you kind of hear a small whisper of sound. Alright. You instantly recognize its language.
What is that?
What the
Holy shit!
fuck?
Deimos, the gun snaps out of your hand. It flies over to the statue. As soon as it contacts the statue, there is a burst of demon flame around him. You guys are thrown back off him. Albrecht, your grip breaks and you crash against the wall. Adis, you fly backwards as well. Moonscythe, you all fly backwards as you crash against the walls. There is damage thrown out. This is bludgeoning damage. Alright. And this is fire damage.
So half that. So.
Yeah, I have 16, so 37 plus 8 is.
So I make the first one. Half that's 15, 18. I fail the second one. The spell falls. So he'd be back.
So only a couple of you understood Infernal. You might want to fill the rest of them in.
This bitch is dead. He don't get to come back.
He made a pact with Mephisto, whatever the dude is.
Mephistopheles?
Me-
Oh,
me-
Yeah.
Mephistopheles.
That dude. He says, Mephistopheles, Lord of Cania, I accept your terms. Unlock my blade, and my soul and strength are yours.
Why does this not surprise me in the least bit about him? Like, can I snap his neck now, Adis?
Wait, what's wrong with
I
making a
just
pact
said
with
out loud, this bitch is going to die, and he ain't coming back.
You don't know who Mephistopheles is?
No, I do. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm talking to Deimos.
Oh,
Oh no, it's like, why does it matter if you made a pact with a devil dude to get stronger?
It doesn't. Like, I think we can still take him. I'm just saying it does not surprise me in the least bit that he did make a pact with it.
All right.
um,
So, you guys are thrown against the walls. Did everyone take their damage?
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Is it
cannot do it.
magic or
manually.
not
Yeah.
magic?
To Moon Scythe? Okay. I'll put it on to Moon Scythe. Alright.
Alright.
As you're thrown away from him, suddenly you guys see in the center of the room, there blazing, surrounded by a dark flame, dark reddish aura of fire, is standing Anteri Saber. Still only one-armed, but in his hand he clutches his weapon. His weapon has been transformed. It is no longer the pistol that you saw. Instead, it is half gun and half humongous sword. As if two weapons melded into one. This is the first time that you guys have ever seen a tier 3 legacy weapon.
Ooh, a gunblade? Like Squall?
Yes.
So, do we hear Final Fantasy music now?
Oh,
You guys can
God.
load up whatever Final Fantasy music you want. He says to you, he shouts out in demon rage again. He says, I said, you killed her. Bring her back to me now. He points his gun at you, Albric, and this is his turn. And he fires a blast from it. Oh,
Fuck!
You
Oh.
motherfucker.
Can I make him
means-
re-roll that?
how?
Or is it only against when they attack me?
Only
Let
on
me
yours.
check.
For lucky.
Yeah, you can't. Like if you had Portent, if you're a wizard, you can
made
make him
against
roll it.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's only against me. Sorry, dude.
He attacks you, Albric.
You had to crit, didn't you? Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
That's instant. That
Yeah,
my
you're
God, that's
instant
double.
death.
Shit.
Oh no. No, I still drop to 1 hit
No,
point.
no, 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 no. Okay. That was his first attack. He points the gun at you, Deimos. He says, "Bring
I swear,
her back."
I'll bring her back as soon as someone takes me to her. That was literally my plan all along, bro.
True resurrection, you don't need a body, Deimos.
Yeah,
What are you guys doing?
I'm bringing her back. Take me to her. We're gonna bring her back.
Let's see.
I have some. I think I have her dust.
All right.
Well, I think someone burnt my 9th level last time. I'm guessing for Gate.
Yeah, they did.
Oh
right.
yeah.
So all I have is Race from the Dead.
No, that won't
Oh,
work.
you're right. You guys are right. I don't make the Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I tell him I'm gonna bring her back because she is freaking sweet. Elwyn is freaking sweet and still carrying half her soul. I'll tell you what. We wait till tomorrow. And if I can't bring her back, you can fucking shoot me in the back of the head again. I won't even fight back.
He vanishes from where he is, and he appears right in front of you, Elwyn. Just
What do you
quicker
think?
than you can perceive. You're right now. You're inside the flame or around him. It's scorching at you. You're resistant to fire damage, so most of it doesn't really hurt you. But the infernal aspect of it does kind of pour through and get through to where you are. You take that in, call it infernal damage or whatever you want to call it.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And standing there in your face, he says he's looking at you straight in the eyes. He says, "I made a pact with the one who created my blade." He says, "I was going to free her from Tiamat. I should have been the one who would take her life. No one else had that right." He looks at you, Elwyn. He puts his hand on your chest and grabs your robe. He says, "Why did you do it? You could have stopped her some other way. You could have imprisoned her. You could have done anything. But you killed her instead."
She asked me to do it. And we have a plan. And if you made this pact, it took you too long to do it. Someone had to act. Don't put this on me.
I'll tell you what.
His
I made a deal with the devil. He was gonna screw you over somehow. Our way, we at least have a chance of bringing her back. Or if you dig this, she would have died regardless, and you never would have saw her face again. We at least have a chance the gods bestowed upon us the power to bring her back this way. In the end, we're coming out on top. Your way,
He
she's
holds
dead
up-
forever.
He holds up his blade. He shows it, and it's very large. Imagine Squall, so it's massive. It's a gun blade. It's glowing bright with demon flame, right? He holds it up to you. He says, "This is Excalibur. This was for Tiamat. That was my plan.
Oh, I talked too
And
soon.
I would have
Sorry.
give my life and my future to give Shaylin freedom. But you've taken that from me."
Or now you don't have to sacrifice your life for her. When we bring her back and we take care of Tiamat, then you can live with her. You can be with her.
Persuasion check.
After he shoots me.
He says, he looks at you, Elwyn. He says, "You have 10 seconds. What is your plan?"
We have awoken Befensor. He is going to he's going to make Tiamat release control of the rest of the dragons. And once they are released, we bring Shaylin back, and she will be her happy self, just like you remember her.
As she was
As she
before
was.
Tiamat.
Exactly like that.
This one you speak of, he can do this.
Yes.
He says,
And I'm gonna hold my staff, and since his hand is on my
No,
chest,
I'm moving over.
I'm gonna touch it to his arm, and I'm gonna say, "Feel her soul. She is still here." she still fights with us. She knew that this was the only way. She trusts us. You should trust us too.
I
Persuasion check.
would step over as well and to help Elwyn and say, whatever your grief, whatever your anger, you have to think, what would Shaylin have wanted you to do? Would she want you to free just her? Or would she want Tiamat dealt with for once and for all? As well as those controlling Tiamat. And I do not know if this would work, but I would touch him with an Adler and try a greater restoration of insight at 9th level, but channeling it towards his emotions and his grief to kind of like restore some sort of balance.
Moonscythe is
something.
as Moonscythe pushes through the flame, the demon fire. It's excruciating for him. This aura around him is like a barrier. Those of you who are close by, you recognize that it's designed to deflect harm and just dissuade anything that gets close to him. So there's definitely damage that comes through, Renly.
I'll step into it.
Does it reflect the greater restoration?
Is it fire
so it's
damage?
Healing?
It's infernal damage. It's more than fire. It's demon flame. But this 30 is the fire damage. Okay.
Oh, that 30 is the fire damage?
Yeah, and here's the infernal damage coming.
Oh, okay, so I would have only taken half of that. So
As you guys press in, or try to,
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and tell him that I'll let him keep the memory.
Renly, persuasion check.
Okay, do I need to roll anything for the greater restoration, or?
No, you don't need to.
Alright. Persuasion check. Oh, so we're not helping Elvin. Okay. Moonsight is not known for his charisma.
He goes, moose.
Hoot, 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 hoot.
It is hard enough to make myself understood in this form. But I still do the greater restoration at 9.
He looks at. He turns his head to Deimos. He says, He says, is there a time limit on your ability to bring her back?
Alright, so this is the plan. As long as I stay alive, we got about 1,000 years or 100 years, something like that. That's our timeline. So if we can't take her out in about 100 years, we're boned. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm only a little bit older than 100 years, so we're probably okay.
Then I'll add to that. So if you work with us, that'll only speed up the process. You seem to have amassed a great deal of power. At what cost, we will find out later. But work with us, use that power to help us bring her back, to help put an end to all the destruction. Help free her kind.
The sphere, the aura of flame goes away. He releases your chest, Elwyn. His gun sword still in hand. He says, "You know how to reach me. Do what you're going to do quickly." He says, he looks at his sword, he says, "This is still for Tiamat. I expect to be able to use it on her." He says, "But Mephistopheles will not be patient. Quickly. Move. Quickly." And then there's a burst of black fire, and you see him surge up into the sky. And you're accustomed to seeing him run across the sky, but this is more akin to like a rocket just like lifting off the ground as he vanishes upwards into the evening clouds.
After we kill Tiamat, if I ever see him again, I'm going to snap his neck, no matter which character I am.
You guys sure do know how to make friends.
Thing is, I'm not very charismatic, so I was just trying to,
In his defense,
avoid trying to conversation.
he's a tough dude, but every time he gets really mad, it is kind of when one of his loved ones just gets slaughtered. So,
Yeah, and the last two were y'all. Can't say I blame the dude.
yeah.
So we got a dead dwarf.
You do have a dead dwarf.
Does he stay in his big form?
He's a big
What
moose
happens-
right now. It's all charred. It's all
I'm
fucked
a
up.
15-foot tall, charred dead dwarf.
Let's bring him back, guys.
Like I didn't really intend to kill you, but I'm really happy that crit. That felt really good.
Alright.
You want to know the funny thing, Midas? I literally, out of pure randomness, decided to create another level 20 character for your campaign yesterday. So,
So we
You're the
will-
only
just
one that
thinking
hasn't-
about character options, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this, level him up to level 20 real quick, just to see what he looks like. I'll keep it. Who knows what happens in Midas's campaign?
You
This
jinxed
happens.
yourself, damn it.
I think you're the only one of the guys that we've been together a long ass time that hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
Hell, I haven't even been here that long, and I've already died once.
Oh god.
Well, yeah. I mean, all I would do is I'd roll Constitution checks when I'd hit zero hit points. I've always made them.
But in my defense, I did kill myself.
Yeah.
So, you ready to give this a whirl, Amos?
Yep.
I'm gonna, as quickly as possible, I'm gonna grab my the strongest thing I can think of, the beefiest thing. I'm gonna like, illustrate. I'm gonna steal this for a second.
Bro,
Peace out.
why are you grabbing me? Let me
Hold
go.
on.
Oh no, you. I'm grabbing. Help me, boys. I'm grabbing that dick
Oh.
as fast as I can. The Baylor dick.
The big dick.
The big Baylor dick, and I shall place it
Uh.
directly on him.
Hold on,
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right, we're holding on.
Yes, Adis.
Let's see if
Did
I
ya?
can help
Do you
with
think
this.
he would feel bad if he didn't come back as a dwarf when they contemplate a reincarnate?
Personally, I think that'd be kind of interesting, but I don't know how Albrecht would feel about it.
I am going to true polymorph into a diva.
To a dead diva?
No, a
What?
diva.
Oh.
They have the ability to bring people back from the dead.
I didn't want to say anything before because I didn't want to give you ideas, Midas, but
Mm-hmm.
I would have had him kill Eloise and then come after me.
Hmm.
Just so you know what it feels like.
Yeah,
It's not a bad idea.
it's a horrible idea. Don't do it.
Oh my god.
Just so you know the
Should've
pain
not
that he's
said
feeling.
anything.
Like he's gonna go after he's gonna go after Nina and Eloise and everyone that you guys care about.
What does the NWS mean?
Wait. This guy said he's going after.
Not well
Nina.
shaped.
Is that what he
No.
said? Captain Fluffy
No,
Paws?
it's not what he said.
Whew, I was like, oh.
In a hypothetical alternate world.
Oh, dude. Ooh, yes. Oh.
I'm gonna gate to that world and fuck that guy up.
Okay.
So are you revivifying within the minute or what's going on?
I'm waiting. Someone said they were doing something.
Yeah, I said I was true polymorphing into a diva so I could help.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Monster Manual, Diva.
I can help, but do you need me to blow stuff up?
Yes. Pump me up, bro. Put fireworks behind me as I do these 6 squats.
Oh,
I guidance you.
You laugh, but this is how he resurrects people.
This is fucking crazy. All right, guys, you know the drill. 300 push-ups in 20 seconds. Can I do it? Fuck yeah, I can. Oh,
Haste.
I don't even need haste.
Okay.
That's how I get 750, bro.
All right, Deimos, what spell are you using?
I mean, all my so I have Raised Dead. That's the highest one I have right now.
No, but
Okay.
does Revivify work if it's been a minute?
Has it been
The
a
lower
minute?
level of the spell, the harder the DC.
Oh.
Yeah, so,
okay.
So,
I want to do Raised Dead,
True
but
resurrection.
I would like to
True
cast.
resurrection, yeah, would be like probably like a 6 DC if you
Bro, do you still
if you did the right
do you
things.
still
But
your shield thing?
I have a.
Maybe
yeah,
you can
so my plan
activate
was-
it and then see if you can get it back at 9th level.
That was kind of what my plan was. So I have my shield, and I was gonna try to get that back as I'm trying to put these cool healing energies over him. But try to get back spell slots to get my 9th level back. Would they give any
Okay.
bonus?
All right, so activate your shield, and you get 5 rounds of it. So you got to roll the D10, and you need. And the thing is, you can't accumulate the thing, so you need like a 9 or higher. So you get an 8th
Right.
level spell there.
Whoa, man! I got these
Eight.
8s for days.
So, real quick
7.
question for
There it is.
Oh,
There's a 9th level spell.
And just for funsies, another
Okay.
one. Elwin, take a 9th level.
Dude,
Who
I have
gives
my
a sh-
9th.
Give me a 9th level. I
You get
pop a foresight on
Give
you.
me, give
you
me
got
a
a 9th
9th
level.
level.
Oh, if I get foresight.
Okay. I give you foresight.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll give you for the foresight. So there goes the 2 9s. I'm using the rest for cool healing things. 'Cause I'm just trying to rest these heals on the spot because I want this nice cream and crisps.
okay,
And-
Daniel, hold on a
Wait,
second.
wait.
Mhm.
Before you do that, I'm gonna cast telekinesis on the dong, and
Oh.
I'm gonna slap you on the butt with it.
Oh, that's gonna rile me right up, bro. Whatever.
I'm gonna get underneath this dude. I'm underneath him. I'm gonna start picking him up and I'm gonna start being like,
Tempest, I pray to you, because look at these 6 squats. In addition, overhead press.
as I squat him and overhead press him all in one freaking go, and I'll cast
Okay.
it. Do we get any
Okay, so-
bonuses whatsoever?
No bonuses. You roll.
Okay.
It's a DC 6 or higher, and you're okay. Roll a
All
D20.
All right, so cool. So, I say,
And you got to
Albrecht-
burn the true resurrection, whatever the gold is for true resurrection.
Yeah, I'll burn it.
Tell it.
But as I'm burning this gold, as I do the math, Albrecht, please.
25,000
please roll-
gold.
Yep. Please roll your own death, because I don't want to be responsible for this.
Daniel, I'm so easygoing. Go ahead, do it.
No.
all right.
This is where you get your trauma demos.
This is
The
How it always works. He's like, he gave me like a DC of 4+, and I'm failing it. All right.
You get 1 roll.
Oh, suck my balls, Madness, but not really.
Albrecht,
All right,
return
let me
yourself to
math
your
this
size
out.
and your normal hit points.
Mathing
With 1
this
hit point
out.
left.
He said it's 25,000, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can it be headcanon accepted that while this whole thing was going on, Pepin and I were just, chatting up in hell, sipping on some beers, watching Deimos attempt this through like a crystal ball, just to see what would happen?
You get to
No
hell,
clothes,
and
right?
Pepin is naked and peeping on him, on a bunch of like succubi. Just like fondling.
I'll
himself.
chat it up with him
I
until
believe that.
I come back.
Hey, Albrecht,
Yes.
I heal you for this much.
Wonderful. Mathing real quick. 199 hit points.
And then I
Okay.
revert back to my normal form.
All right. So there's a hole in this wall, and Terry's saber's out there. He's in kind of a tenuous situation since he made a pact with Mephistopheles, but
That's
For the
is
moment,
that a demon
he's
or
giving-
a devil?
it's a devil. It's the lord of the 8th level of hell, 8th circle of hell.
Oh, okay.
The
Like
same
the
circle
only
that
one who-
Duke Melodamini is from.
So he's working with the group that took control of his girlfriend?
He is
Yes.
now.
Well, are we talking about
Welcome to love.
Is this based off of like still the whole thing like that he really just doesn't like the lord, like the top boss right now? He's like his biggest competition.
Mephistopheles?
Yeah.
Oh, Mephistopheles hates Asmodeus.
That's what I
Oh,
thought. Okay.
perfect. That makes sense then.
The funny thing still is, what's his face hates demons and devils more than anybody I've ever known, and he still made a deal with them. So, good job there, Mister. I can't even think of his name right now.
I just offhandedly say, says the guy who made a deal with a demon or devil himself.
The point I was trying to make is
Multiple deals.
he hates them more than anybody I have ever met in my entire past lives as a player. That's what I'm saying. So I find it ironic.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But I don't know this. My character doesn't know this.
And my character is telling you this.
Oh, you're saying that out loud as a character. Oh, okay.
Like, as a player / character, I kind of, as a character, I'm
No, it makes
using
sense.
it's ironic.
No, that makes sense.
I climb through the broken wall and I go back to sleep and
Now-
transform back.
Same. Now, just as a question, since like as a player, I can actually lift more than Deimos. Can I like raise my strength score by like 4?
What?
I totally have a 900 and more bench, right? Yeah, that sounds about right.
You have a 30 strength right now.
I know, it's
Get
crazy.
out of here.
Feels so
30
great.
strength.
Oh, 900 bench. I win
Deimos,
every
what's your,
strongman competition.
What's your lift push drag?
Oh, you probably beat me by a bit right now. You're what, 32 or something?
34.
Oh, 30,
32.
32, yeah. No, yeah, you should beat me by a bit. I'm like 450 and then 900.
480, 960.
That sounds
While
about right,
y'all
yeah.
whip it out and compare sizes, I'm going back to sleep.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Deimos
Alright.
and I have already done that, so.
Yeah, bro. Bro, he's like, see, like, I'm more of like the strategizer for like lifting. He's more of just like the straight, just protein. How much can I lift, bro?
So you're the one that stares at the cocks while he plays with them. Gotcha.
Why are you always talking about dicks and rubbing guys down, bro? I mean, I'm gonna sleep in a different room. I feel a little bit uneasy about this guy.
Says the guy who just had a monster slung up against his ass not 30 seconds ago.
That was, yeah. What's wrong with that? Are you trying to put I'm very confused on what you're trying to say here.
As the
It was
monster
a
slung
nine
slaps
of
him
no
in the
homo.
It's
ass.
2018, you can't win either.
Yeah, it's
Huh?
2018. I'm judging. I'm trying to judge you. Are you like trying to say that like I mean, I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to hurt your small self-esteem here, bro. I accept you, and I
Alright.
think one day you'll.
It's okay, bro. I don't have no problem with you lacking monster dick.
All right, cool, bro.
Alright. So you guys vacate that empty room, and you guys go to the rooms that don't have a big hole in the wall, and you guys go to sleep. And it's midnight now, so you sleep for at least 8 hours. And this is the morning of the 4th day.
Yeah.
2 days left, right?
3 days until Mistrala.
So
one
we can
day,
teleport here.
The wedding is tomorrow.
Who here is able to teleport? Besides me.
Just Owen.
Ellen.
Oh, I guess Renly can go by trees, right?
Yeah, I can only I can transport by tree.
I need to go somewhere with some snow. It's not terribly cold, but it has snow. Unless you have a big giant block of ice lying around here somewhere.
Renly's a druid. Can she create snow?
Yeah, I only have spells that go boom. I can't create snow.
I'm looking at this now. Actually, hold on.
I essentially need my body weight in snow.
I'm trying to see what Hydron can do. And I can't open Hydron. Damn it. Okay.
You should be able to.
Unable to create window with data source. I
Oh, hold on,
think
hold
I've
on.
lost access.
There.
Thank you. Yes, frozen defense, wall of ice.
Oh, I have wall of ice.
How long does it last, though?
It's concentration up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, the spell I'm gonna cast takes 12 hours.
What are you casting? Simulacrum?
Yeah. I just want me a dragon.
What do you guys want to do? It's the morning of the 4th day.
What does
Head
Hydra
out
do?
to Mistrala, prep for the wedding, and prep to bury the city.
So
Do we need to go
Hydran-
back to the dwarves to get the stuff?
That first, yeah. And we
Aren't
should
with
actually.
the dwarves.
The dwarves are
Wait.
2 miles away.
Was that mountain that we teleported on top of in wherever it was over there in Ezo, did it have snow on top?
No. It did not.
Do any of the mountains around here look like they have snow on top? I don't have any ability to make ice, and it would be very good if I had a simulacrum for the shit that's coming up.
Can't you true polymorph something into snow? Or polymorph it into snow?
I don't know. Midas.
You probably could.
True polymorph.
Something.
True polymorph a
you know,
wall of the keep into a block of ice.
Pretty
Well,
much.
let's not use the wall of the keep.
Or something, like a giant boulder somewhere.
This town is abandoned. I'm sure you can find a house that doesn't have a person in it.
Yeah. So that's basically what I want to do for the first 12 hours of the day is find the snow. I have the ruby dust and make a simulacrum, and I need you guys to get the what was it, the gem that they cut for me, for us,
Yes.
mostly for me, and the mithril orb.
So we go see Eloise.
And while they do that, I'll do the simulacrum.
Okay, so you
I will transport
true
that.
polymorph something. Okay, so 2 miles away, you guys teleport to the dwarven settlement. You come across Eloise, and you find that the items that they have been working on are indeed finished. The large mithril ball, which is the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, and the gem, the diamond that you were talking about, which is pretty large. You know, it's the size of probably a grapefruit. The apprenticed gemsmith had done a fine job. Okay, so you guys can bring those back to Adis. Adis, so simulacrum lasts 12 hours. No, casting time 12 hours.
Yeah, no, it lasts until it's dispelled.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to do it before we go to Mistrella.
Okay, so you're creating a duplicate of what?
Me.
All right.
I think before we go to Mistrala, we should actually stop by Westfane and give the new king one of our magical sending stones if we have a spare.
That does sound good.
And, introduce ourselves.
Okay.
I saved his
So,
little
I mean,
ass, so he should know us.
It's gonna take Adis 12 hours to cast a spell. So that's simulacrum. So you guys can go off and do something else if you want.
Let's go to
During your time.
Westfane and introduce ourselves to the king and give him a sending stone.
Okay.
All right.
You guys going? You guys leave Adis there with his stuff, and you teleport over to Westfane. The city of Westfane is much changed from the last time you guys were here. As you remember it was war-torn, with the walls having been breached by Gromash and his armies. A lot of the city had been destroyed and completely just razed. Much of the half of the population, 25,000 people, had either been killed or hauled away as slaves. And King Reginald Haas himself had been hung from the wall of the palace. Now, 2 years later, the city is much repaired. The walls are higher, The buildings are rebuilt and as if better than ever. People are of all stripes, and all backgrounds, and all heritages are everywhere in the city. The population is much more dense than it was before. You recognize flags and banners from all over the continent of Hitandesh, even some from Erelin. You realize after walking the streets a little bit that this place has become kind of the catching point, the melting pot of all the various cities and nations on this continent that have been destroyed by the dragons. Whatever people survived, whatever contingencies and royal families and stuff survived, have all kind of like made their way to Westfane. And here in the city, the boy king, Tyrell Haas, rules. At this point, he is about 13 years old. And you guys, let's see, you guys still have rank and title within this city. So you arrive, and people and some of the native Westvanians recognize you. At least Deimos and Elwyn and Albrecht, they would recognize you too. It takes a little while.
Is Pablo? I'm gonna go to our mansion if it's still up. Is Pablo alive?
Pablo.
Let's see. Hold on a second. The mansion was not destroyed. It was. I remember you guys went back there after the raising, and I made you roll for it. Remember that?
Yep.
Pablo survived. You guys have not shown up in 2 years, so he and his wife have kind of settled into the mansion that you guys have there, and filled it out. There's a couple more babies, and
Nice.
he's up to 9 now.
Oh,
And
yeah, Pablo.
he comes out, and he's wearing nicer clothing, finery and that kind of stuff. He's almost become accepted as like a noble or an aristocrat of this city. He says, "Oh, my friends, you have returned finally." He says, "Pablo has done well in these last few years." He says, "The tequila I distill is quite popular across the people of the city." He says, "Come in, this is your house." He says, "Pablo has been taking good care of it." Alright, so he welcomes you back into the house. It's well kept. There are little kids running everywhere. And his wife is carrying a little baby around. And he says, "You see, my friends, I have kept the house very nice for you. It's very good to have you back, my friends. Much has changed, yes."
Yeah, Pablo. But you stay the same. Look at you. You look just like the last time I saw you.
He's gained,
How the
he's gained like
chimichangas
20
coming?
pounds. He pats his stomach. He says, "The chimichangas go well, my friend." He says, "As you can see," he says, "I have been eating and indulging in my own chimichangas."
Oh. So I've heard stories that you might have come across a certain extra dense, super cool type of tequila. 100.
He looks around. He puts his hand over your mouth. He puts his hand over your mouth. Shh, 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 shh. He looks around. He says, "Not here, not here."
Oh, okay.
Come.
Oh, right.
He says, "No one knows of this, my friend." He says, "Not even the servants in this house, my friend." He says, This is my masterpiece." And he brings you down to the cellar, and he brings you into a room, and there's like several doors on the way there, and he has a different key for each one. And you actually recognize that across some of them, the locks are actually like arcane in nature, like magical locks and stuff. He's put a lot of money into securing this room. He says, "This here is the future of my brand, of my tequila." Right. And
Ellen, we're gonna get fucked up.
He says.
I'm already drinking it.
He goes back there, and you see several bottles there, and the liquid it's not clear at all. It's goldish in color. He says, "I call it Pablo's Tequila Gold."
Oh, fucking shit.
May we partake of this, Sir Pablo?
He says, "Of course you may." And he grabs 2 bottles out. There's only a few bottles there. He says the distilling process she takes a long time. It's quite difficult to make, but I tell you, my friends, he says, the experience and the taste across the palate is like none other. And he pours several glasses. He says, to the children, the little niños and niñetos all over the place. Just, may their lives and their world, he says, be a better one. Cheers! And he raises his glass.
I raise my glass to that.
Cheers.
All right.
Everyone make a
so, I mean-
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, roll it.
Oh, I don't even get drunk, bro. I can't
Technically,
get drunk.
should have advantage against that.
you guys have a pretty good tolerances built up.
Is this tequila as fine as he says it is?
Yeah. It's like it'll like knock a normal person on their ass.
Hey, Pablo, how much do you want for 1 bottle? I think that we just found the wedding present, boys.
We have 2 bottles.
That is
Also
a
for
good idea.
backstage passes.
Yes.
He raises an eyebrow. He says, 2 bottles, you say? He says, well, you, my friends, he says, just the cost of materials, of course. He says, I managed to make them for 500 gold.
Sold.
Sold, bro.
I give him 50 platinum pieces.
I'll give him the other 500 gold.
I'm gonna give him.
He
Actually,
basically hands you his 2 remaining bottles. He only has 2 remaining bottles. He hands them to you. He says, with
I'm
my
giving him-
blessing.
We're giving him 50 more platinum pieces just for more research.
Should we bring him to the wedding, guys?
So this is a friend, right? Not the friend that will destroy a wedding, right?
Oh no, Pablo.
oh no,
Pablo is
he's the
great.
best. He's literally the only real good character of this entire campaign.
And he's a sigh of relief and it's like, yes.
But we have to bring Chimichanga. Can we hire you as a caterer for a wedding, my friend?
He says, hey, he says, who do you think I am? He says, I have 9 little children. He says, the oldest 7,
Bro.
he says, are well trained as servers. He says, I have a side business as a caterer.
Bro, you want to get some sick cash?
He
But
says,
also,
you transport my
I
whole
do
family. He says, we will make this an event to remember.
We have a deal.
But we will have to have precautions
Ah.
just in case something happens. We have to get teleported out. All right.
Yes, I will tell the mamacita to pack her things. Boys, we are going on a journey. And he goes out
This-
and he heads out. Yeah.
I was just gonna say this is gonna be a wedding to remember, guys.
Yeah, I
Oh
wish I
my
could have.
god.
I wish I could have Pablo at my wedding. That'd be fucking baller as shit. Why can't he be a real person? He's so fucking happy.
Okay.
Make sure we take some of the not this gold tequila, just the regular tequila for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave the packing of the catering stuff to Pablo. I think he's got.
Yeah, I'm gonna restock the cooling, the bag of cooling with more chimichangas and some more tequilas.
Okay, they've been
Obviously,
upgraded.
I'll-
They're +3 chimichangas.
Holy frick! And
Okay,
Pablo
plus two
might actually
chimichangas.
become a god.
And he tells you that he needs a few hours to prepare, to amass the required materials, and that he'll get it all packed up and loaded up, and if you come back in 3 hours, he and his family will be ready to go.
Okay.
I think we're gonna need another teleporter.
I can make multiple trips,
Okay, fair enough.
and
we
Renly
wanna-
can.
I can transport batteries.
Yeah.
That should be fine.
Okay, yeah, that's
Do
right.
you
Okay,
need to
we're
see
good. We're good. Never mind.
The ruler or
Yeah,
let's
let's
go.
go speak with the
Let's
king.
go meet. What is his name? Tyrone.
Tyrell.
Tyrell?
Okay. You guys leave your mansion and you head over towards the palace. So you're over here and you're heading in this direction. The guards are a bit in shock when they see you guys coming. It's been, like I said, it's been a while, but they quickly open the gates and send you through. A servant runs ahead and sends word to the king. As you walk up to the palace, up from a balcony, you see a kid, and he's not really wearing any royal finery or anything like that. In fact, he's got a couple of under his arm. He's got like I guess in this day, the equivalent of a soccer ball. And he's looking out over his off the balcony. He says, "You finally returned." He says, "We had not heard word of you for years. I had thought that perhaps something ill had befallen you after the great battle in Ospium." He says, "Come inside, come inside. There's so much to catch up on. So much has happened these past few years. Oh, this is exciting. I shall tell Mama. Come inside." And he waves his hand, and the guards kind of open the doors, and you guys go inside. Older than the last time you saw him, a little bit more confidence. He's definitely had a growth spurt in the days past, in the years past. You guys are ushered into a large seating, like a large hall, basically a guest hall. You enter, and a few minutes later he pops in from the opposite end. Guards all around him. As he walks up, he says, Where have you been?" And he looks over. He says, "I don't quite recognize this one." He points at Renly, "but I'm sure she's a noble ally. Deimos, Elmin, please tell me all that has happened, and then I will tell you of what is going on in the world today, here in our city."
Yeah, let's sit. How's your mom?
He says, "She fares okay. The sorrow of losing father, and the trauma that she had to endure, while basically being held by those vicious orcs, and keeping my own life and location a secret, was a bit more than she could bear. She's not been herself since. We make sure she's comfortable and that she has everything she wants, but she mostly stays amongst her garden, and she talks to the flowers. She'll eat and she'll speak to me, but really no one else."
Okay. Well,
We need
I'll pay her.
flowers for the wedding. Do you think she would know anything about flowers for weddings?
Oh, she knows everything about flowers.
Perfect. I will be back. And then I run off to try to find a woman in the garden somewhere. I get lost.
Okay. So you guys fill him in on where you guys were. And he listens with great attention. And you guys as you're interacting with him, you sense kind of like a nobility and a deep natural diplomacy to him. He's attentive. His eye contact is excellent. His listening skills are right up there. He asks questions. He's very insightful, very very sharp, very keen. You realize why he's been so successful as a king. Even though he's so young, he has a natural regalness to him, and like a natural air of royalty around him and diplomacy around him. He says, Ever since I took the throne, I set in my sights to rebuild this city, better and greater than it ever was. And fortunately, the people started to arrive, and the resources were raised. We have rebuilt the walls. We have rebuilt the torn-up sectors. I have made this city a haven for all the refugees of other countries scorched by dragon fire. Yes, I think that's what Father would have wanted me to do. I have also made some allies. There are some powerful individuals, some that you know, residing here in this city. And I have connections with underground resistances and pockets of people all over the land. We hide from the dragons, but we are ready. We have ideas of how perhaps to resist. We know that we cannot stay hiding forever. My strategists and my generals, they plan night and day on how to defend our city and how, if possible, to slay one of these vicious beasts. I've been recruiting the strongest individuals and the greatest armies and the most powerful magic users still alive to try to further this goal. He starts naming some of the names of people that are still in the city, and you definitely recognize some of them. Some of your old allies are in contact with him. O'Beard, the dwarven spy assassin, is regularly comes visit the city. Cairn and his blood hunter tribe, his blood hunter guild, have set up a chapter within the walls of the city.
Wow.
The remnants of nobility from Ospium are here, including Prince Darius and Quigley are within the walls of the city, and the remainders of their armies.
Oh shit.
Queen Falza died in the dragon's attack, but Darius took what remained of his people, thousands of them, and they made a long migratory journey down here to Westfane. He talks to you about different contingents, some people that you haven't heard of, some of the nations of the city-states of Tandesh. Their royalty and their people have also sought refuge here as they've been torn apart by dragonfire. And amongst them, he does mention that one person an elderly magic user, but feisty human female named Caliota, has reset up shop within the city walls.
Nice.
So, like I said, the city has expanded much. It's the last remaining hub of civilization and humanity left on this continent, which is why Shaylin had been hunting for it. And like he said, there are pockets of resistance all over the continent, but this is really kind of like the headquarters for them. He says, "Are you planning to strike against the dragons? If you are, tell me. I will give the orders and we will be ready." He says, "We can raise an army. Armies! We have the manpower. We have the weaponry. We've been working hard for these last couple of years." He says, "The people of this world are tired of being dragon prey, are tired of the interference of these devils, the ones that led the orcs of Azoa to kill my father. He says, we are tired of being victims. We want to do something."
Well, it's impressive everything that you have accomplished, but I'm afraid that there will be more death if we raise armies against the dragons. The best thing you can do is keep on hiding, keep on doing what you're doing. We will handle the dragons ourselves.
There must be something we can do.
What
If
sort of
you-
resources do you have?
He says, weaponry of all sorts. I have my crafters and my smiths crafting weaponry, magical weaponry, every day to equip every common soldier. We are recruiting and drafting young men, and even some young women, and training them quickly. Our generals and our quartermasters are top notch. This Darius has been instrumental in that effort. He says,
Now, you say
we have
still
a
here?
small college of. He is. He eats a lot, but he's been quite the gentle giant.
So, I have this cool gift for him to add to his cool pillar. Would your people be able to stick this
Yes.
horn of a duke and the hell on his pillar to make it even better? Oh, it'd be super cool.
He looks at all. He says, I will deliver to him, perhaps, and let him know of where it comes from.
Cool. I give it.
I'll tell him about how there was a dragon actually coming to attack him, and how, I'll tell him, what happened. And I will also tell him of our plan in Mistrala of putting the city in a bubble, pretty much. And if they can round up the materials, we could do that here too, just in the meantime while we handle the dragons. That way they can be safe.
And he looks at you. He says, if that's what you think is best, I can start to accumulate the resources. He says, but I should tell you, every man, woman, and child in this city is ready to fight. And if there is a cause, if there is an opportunity for all of humanity to rise and throw off this chaos that these demons have been sowing, please, let us at it. We will not disappoint. We knew of the dragon. My mages had scryed her. They knew of her impending approach. We had readied defenses. We were not confident in their ability to dissuade her, but they were the best that we had, and we believed we could have held her. Or at least would have died trying.
Yeah, they might have dragons, but we have a Quigley.
That's our thing. We have a Quigley. Quigley might even be stronger now.
If only he were green.
Dude, we got a gigantic, like, horn thing from a devil huge dude to stick on his fucking huge thing. So he's got a pointy huge thing now.
Upgraded, upgraded pillar.
Have you heard of any of our Oriental friends? Has Kyan Mei made an appearance? Do you know?
Roll d20.
This is
Yes,
a part of the story
she,
I'm
she and her people are one of the at least her representatives from Tandesh, from Tazwan are present here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I got hose.
Okay.
What about Moltor?
Oh, he's alive as always. I mean, he's in his residence is still over there. Half of it had been destroyed in the attack, but the other half remains. Oh,
Nice.
Walter
Is that the
Bennut.
horny wizard?
He's still my high arcanist. He experiments daily, and has quite the active nightlife.
Oh yeah.
So
we know.
nothing new.
Everything's the same there.
Brendan, you've never had the
He's
pleasure of
made-
having of using a teleportation circle in his closet.
Yeah, we walked in on him so many times.
Oh God.
He's made quite the the advancements in human anatomy, crafted some potion concoctions for, as he calls it, male virility. Says it works wonders on one of such an advanced age as he. I'm not quite sure what he means, but it seems interesting. He seems to enjoy it.
You just keep away from that room for right now, and you will do fine.
What I did see is, unfortunately, we learned of Alien's demise. Did he go down fighting? Paladin Fancy Pants?
Yeah, he says, Alien the Powerful. Yes, a number of years ago, 2 years ago, perhaps. We had... The walls had fallen, and the Gromash and his troop were pressing through the walls. Aelin directed his paladins to oversee the evacuation of the city, but he himself stayed by my father's side. I'm afraid he was the last one to die before the orcs laid hand upon my father. But it was his actions that allowed my mother and I time to escape, inasmuch as we were able. A noble man, one who we will always remember. I have had songs written up by our minstrels for him, in his honor and his memory.
Well, Tyrell, looks like you are going to be a very fine king, and you will always have my support in anything you need.
Then let us fight. We are ready.
I'm sure you are.
You cannot do this. You cannot do this alone. We have heard reports. O'Beard has given us reports of what lies up north in Rapnesh. The demons have hordes of monstrosities, not just dragons, but magics, and a barrier impenetrable to scrying or to any kind of infiltration. O'Beard says that he cannot even penetrate it. A barrier that in their circle that guards the portal itself, and surrounding it, hordes of armies, orcs, goblins, trolls, Duragar, and up in the skies above it flies Tiamat and a number of her dragonkind, the ones that you unleashed on this land, unfortunately. And somewhere in all of it, Malconthet, she watches and she oversees everything. Those are the reports that O'Beard has been giving us. He is quite adept at this information gathering.
Okay. What do you guys think, Deimos and Albrecht?
I think we go to the wedding, but otherwise we just wait for Bafinzor.
Well, the wedding's gonna be down there anyways, so when they attack, we'll already kind of be there. And Dame was just thinking this wedding thing might be too good of a thing to happen. Like,
Yeah, we might be gathering everybody. Yeah, we might be gathering everybody for a big attack, making it easy on them.
Like this Deimos is thinking. He's thinking back. He's thinking that the Overlord, top god of all gods, beyond that god, started watching Game of Thrones and saw this episode called The Red Wedding, and like he's just like
I love Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Oh no! I heard a premonition, guys. The top god of all gods, beyond the gods, he knows how to fuck up a wedding. Should still definitely go.
Well, yeah, I don't think we should invite, anyone from Westvane to the wedding. We know Pablo's going to live no matter what happens. Yeah, but I still think we have to go to the wedding and get drunk, be merry. If shit happens, shit happens.
We'll call it high alert the wedding.
Okay, so I think I have an idea. we'll go to the wedding because we're expected. But in the meantime, Tyrell,
Yes.
you gather Quigley, Darius, O'Beard, and the blood dude. What's his name?
Cairn.
Yeah, that guy. You know, the leaders of all the factions that you have, of all the groups that you have
There are many.
here. And the day after the wedding, after a few aspirins, then we will come back and we will formulate a plan.
Understood. I will begin to gather my generals, and we will.
Yes.
We have been waiting for this day. I'm so glad that you arrived.
And one other question for you. Do you know exactly where Carlotta is? Carlota? Or...
Caliota?
Yeah, her.
Yes. She set up shop down in the courtyard.
Oh, how convenient.
As per usual. I'll give him a sending stone, and I'll tell him, unless we are out of spell slots, we are never more than a teleportation spell away. And I'll give him one of our telephones.
Wonderful. Yes.
Oh, one other thing. Since we're going to go see Carliota, do you know exactly where Malter Bennot keeps his potions for Deimos? That new concoction that he created?
You'll have to ask him yourself. I'm too young for that sort of thing.
So we are going to get some of those super, we'll call them Veracruz, non-copyright.
All right. Well, it is good to see you. Can you point me in the direction of your mother's garden? Or actually, why don't we walk there together?
So as you guys head over in that direction, Renly, you've eventually stumbled out into the garden. You see a woman there tending the garden. She's dressed in simple clothing, on her hands and knees, just weeding and trimming and pruning some bushes. Just simple garden work. As you approach, she raises her head and glances at you slightly, and then, without a word, she just goes back to her flowers.
How do the flowers look?
They're immaculate. They're beautiful. Full bloom.
I heard you have flowers. Do you have some for weddings? Might you part with some for a big wedding that is happening after two idiots finally got together?
She pauses for a second. And she looks up at you. And there's a little bit of a sparkle in her eye. Her otherwise dull eyes. She nods her head and smiles. You can see the wrinkles in her eye, at the edges of her eyes. And she nods.
Oh,
and she begins
we need to talk.
She begins to gather flowers from various portions of her garden.
I start making tea, and then I start looking at flowers and checking with her about the flowers. I'm not sure if she speaks, but
no,
at the
she
same time,
doesn't say a word back.
Okay, but I will look at these flowers and try to see, do these work with the color scheme? I'm trying to figure out what color scheme it would be. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Any flowers would be beautiful, and so I will try to figure this out with her advice.
Stay away from red.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably blue and white, knowing what the two always wear.
Yes, I was very much like blue, purples.
Over, as by the time the guys catch up with you, she's arranged quite an elaborate and beautiful bouquet, taking from a variety of flowers, and the colors, they complement each other well. The arrangement is even, but it's not garish or gaudy. And she wraps it at the base and trims the stems expertly. And she offers it over to you, Renly.
Oh man, I take it thankfully, and I look towards it, and I'm just trying to picture, how it would look, because I'm like, this would totally be a bridal bouquet.
And she nods and she smiles again. Mother, it's so wonderful that you are interacting with us. And he points to you all and says, everyone, this is my mother.
She has beautiful taste.
I
Look at
bow very respectfully.
Just thank you, mother. I'm sure the Lord of Mistrala will be thrilled at your gift.
I'm gonna go up
What?
there and give her a hug since I'm the one that.
She
Oh
recognizes
no, who
you.
came with me?
She recognizes you.
I
It
think
was you.
Just
It-
me, right?
yeah. She recognizes you. There's a hint of recognition in her eyes, and she returns the embrace.
Cool. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Oh, I meant to ask. Speaking with the king again, did that asshole ever come back? Has he shown his face?
The orc that you sent off in that direction.
Yeah, the one I made walk.
He says,
Shame, shame.
He says, "No, we never heard from him again. I forget what his name was.
Yeah, I did too. Okay.
No, he left here and did not return. Perhaps consumed in dragonfire. Of course, to get to Waterdeep from here, he would have had to pass through Skignash and Goblin Land. So perhaps some ill befell him there."
Hopefully it was our dear departed friend, Snivelface.
I make the sign of the cross and kiss my to heaven as you say the name.
Okay.
Do you think Adis would be done with the spell by now?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not leaving without stopping by Caliota's shop.
You want to go to Caliota's shop first?
Yeah, I
What
gotta
is
go
the
get that.
shop you speak of?
Have you not met Caliota either?
I am trying to recall a Caliota.
She's a super
Basically
magic
like
item
our-
lady.
Our magic item drug dealer. If you can think of it, you can probably make it. It's just a matter of time and money.
Oh.
I'm still thinking she might be a god. Squinty eyes looking at the sky.
Hey, you all remember when we discovered Biffin was Biffinzor and how Midas said he had another character he was holding that
I know,
might be
there's
super
like-
powerful?
I
So
never
many
said that.
others.
I never said that.
Oh no.
I had another long plan.
Yeah. He's got another
Well,
long
I have
plan.
an attunement slot available, so
And I have +2 armor that should probably be +3 armor at this point in the campaign, so.
Okay. So you guys head over to Caliota's, and she had upgraded to Caliota's Imperium. Was it? I forget what it's called. Imperium of Arcane Wonders or something like that. But now back here in Westvane, it's just Caliota's book or Callie's Books and Curios, the small shop that you remember, with a wooden framed small house type building. It has a porch and it has a small dusky entranceway, and as always, it is closed because it is daytime.
I get out of the way so Deimos can kick the door in.
I'm gonna fucking just straight up just kick that door.
Okay.
Spear kick. Running and
That's
leave.
how we always came in here.
This
Door
is
busts
how
open.
you say hi?
Like,
For some
she
reason,
knows
Deimos
it's
already
us.
kicked it in.
Yeah, she
Like,
knows it's
always.
us.
I wait for something to go boom.
Yeah, there's an explosion.
Hold on, I made
Poisonous
it
gas
across
comes,
to them.
dusts all over you. An explosion. Go ahead and make your dexterity saving throws.
Wait, poison? Poison. What's wrong, guys?
All right, you're fine. It's kind of low level.
Oh, I shouldn't have that anymore. Let me get rid of that.
Okay, you guys bust into the shop, and it's that same musky smell all around you along the walls, and it's not very big. It's like the size of one family house. Are bookshelves with scrolls and books lined up along them, and on the opposite side of the house are cabinets and like unfolding chests and big wall hanging boxes and that kind of stuff, full of magical items and of various kinds, amulets and swords and no, she doesn't deal in weapons, amulets and wands and staffs and that kind of thing. There's no one there, of course, because she is not there. It's daytime.
Yeah, it's daytime.
Oh fuck. Caliota.
I'm gonna close the door and then I'm gonna arcane lock it.
Yeah, we'll shut it. Well, let's wait
I
around.
think you broke the door.
No,
Okay.
we've done this many of times. I will use many of the times where I'm used to refixing a door, this specific door.
And we can also always rely on Deimos' charisma to get us out of any sticky situation.
It's true. I'm the bard of the party now, bitches.
This will go so well.
Okay.
You know what? While you wait here, I'm gonna go get you a little bit of help. I'll be right back.
Give me some oil. That'll
Okay.
always work with Caliota.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go to Moltor's house and get some of the virulent potion and then some baby oil. He's got to have some.
Okay, yeah, he happily gives it over. This is my most recent sample. He says, like, this stuff is the good shit. The good shit.
I'm gonna take 2 bottles and hide one for myself for later.
Okay.
And the baby oil and one of those long feathers that you used to tickle people with.
And he says,
Yeah, one
I
of
tell
those
you,
2.
the good shit. The good shit. He says, you use this stuff. He says, and when you go down, you pop right back up.
Thank you, dude. I will see you later.
He says, knock me down, I get back up again. Knock me down, I get back up again.
So I'll head
Oh,
back.
how I have missed Westvane.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So Deimos, here you go.
Okay, cool. So how much longer do we gotta wait for? till
So
night?
you guys came here in the morning since you had just woken up, and Ada started casting his spell. He's done, let's say 8 p.m. He's done. She doesn't open until like 2 a.m.
So I'll go get him real quick. That way he can be here so he can shop as well.
Okay.
And
You mean you'll come get us?
yeah. I thought you said everybody else came.
Yeah. Simulacra makes a copy of me.
Oh, there's 2 of you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll teleport over there, and I will teleport back. Can I bring an object and people, or just either or?
Now you can bring both.
The simulacrum
fine.
is a person.
Okay. So
Which, by the way, Midas,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to true polymorph into an adult silver dragon, then shape change back into a human.
Okay.
right. So I'll
Because otherwise, he's gonna look like ice, half ice, and look really funny.
Okay.
So 1 to teleport there, and then 1 to teleport Iceman and Adis, along with a big ass ball
Mhm.
of
Oh,
metal.
I can
back.
deal with that if you want.
No,
I
why?
have a place I can put it, so we don't have to carry it around.
Okay, where are you gonna put it?
And put it in the demiplane.
Oh, okay, cool. And you can open that anywhere?
Yep.
All right.
It just
so-
requires an 8th level slot to open it, though.
It's
Okay.
up to you. I can just
It's up to you.
teleport it.
Well,
AKA we need
how
to
long
know
do
what-
we have until we're gonna need it? Like what? 3 days? 4 days?
Yeah, this is the 4th day.
Three.
It's the end of the 4th day.
For 3 days.
Okay, then yeah.
Oh yeah, then we'll have plenty of time. So yeah, I'll just put it in the demiplane.
Okay.
Teleport back.
All right. So you guys arrive. It is in the evening now. You say 10 p.m. You
Are we
guys,
waiting on the inside of her shop or the outside of her shop, guys?
Oh,
Oh right, it's in
yeah.
Worrying about all of this, I've spent the entire time cleaning her shop. Like I call what's his face? That's interested Hydron Numix, I think. And I have Numix and I work on cleaning. I turned into a wind elemental and we are getting all the dust out.
Okay, now Caliota is not a very good cleaner, so
Yes, so
there is a lot of dust and dirt. But yeah, okay.
maybe funnel it out.
I'm wanting to find like a chair or some sort that, if it's not out front already, that I can bring out front, and I'm just gonna be sitting there, sipping on tequila, waiting for her.
Okay. The hours
There's a
pass.
dust stone. Yes.
You're cleaning out, and the rest of you guys are arriving. You're just waiting. You know, the door has been kicked open, so you guys have made yourself at home, kind of. But Albrecht is out on the porch sipping tequila. And around 2 a.m., you hear a flash upstairs, or like a sound of like some kind of teleport arrival. And you hear a stumbling and a knocking around as someone walks across the floor upstairs. And this goes on for a few minutes, and finally you hear the sound of boots on stepping down the stairs. And down the stairs comes Caliota. She is still wearing her darkish long wizard robes. At her hip is a scimitar. No, a rapier sheathed with a very fine-looking handle and pommel at the end of it. Her clothes are fairly simple, but you can tell that she moves with grace still. She's an older woman. She was adventuring decades ago, since retired. Now probably in her 70s. She walks down and she says, like, I had the feeling that there was someone in my shop. Have you no manners?
He fixed the door.
As I walk in from outside, I say, Caliota, you know us too well to know that we don't have manners.
Of course I know. He says, and I would expect no less from you, troop. Yes. Welcome to Cali's what should I call it? Books and Curios. Yes. It has been far too long, my friends.
I'll walk up to her and take her hand gently and kiss her hand in a sign of respect.
She nods at you. Says, Albrecht. I recall you. It is a pleasure to have you in my humble place of business. Now, my friends, Deimos. And she goes over, she puts her hand on your face, and she kisses you once on each cheek. She says, so good to see you. You have not aged a day in these last 2 years.
No, it's crazy,
It's actually
bro.
been more since you've seen her, probably like 2.5 years.
Yeah, I don't know if
Did
I
she
aged.
ever see him as a woman?
No, she missed all of that.
Aww.
As
Say.
she says he hasn't aged a day, I'll be like, you have no idea.
I'm like, what's up, young lady?
I'm gonna say neither have you. You seem to get younger with every passing year.
She says, you flatter me, Elwin. He says, as you always have. She says, but I know that flattery leads to trying to swindle me in business. So,
Yeah.
let us dispense with the flattery and speak of business.
I say to her, Caliota, have we ever swindled you?
Oh, there you have tried. The dark elf amongst you, Euphemia, she tried all the time, but I was too wily for her.
I'll say, you do not have to worry about her any longer.
She's around. She came through here some months ago. Picked up a few
Wow.
items that she had ordered.
Sounds
Said
about
so.
right.
Yeah.
Gave me a few bits of helpful information. Said that she was off and she had a thing in the works. She put it. It was very mysterious, very closed off about what it was. But I asked no questions.
So we're here to get stuff. I don't know who needs what. Who
Oh,
needs
the
what.
first thing I can ask her something. I tell her that I feel like it's time for this armor to be upgraded, and I need it to be +3 instead of +2.
She says, "Have I worked on this before?"
Has she? No, I don't
Uh,
think she has, because I think you gave me +2 originally.
Yeah. She says, And she looks at it. She says, "Dwarven make. Yes, they enjoy their abjuration enchantments. Ugh." She says, "I can see their work here. It will take some doing. Like, I can unravel their spell and put my own touches upon it. It will take a little while, but I can certainly accomplish this. +3 armor, you say?"
Yes, and any specialities you would like would always be much appreciated and worth the coin if I have it.
Oh, a coin, of course. 20,000 gold pieces.
I can do that.
Ready in 2 days.
I might not have armor for our next battle, but yeah, 20,000 gold. She said, so that's 2,000 platinum.
Yes.
I'll give her 2,000 platinum.
Oh my, she says it as she sees you reaching into your coin purse. She says, "You all have fallen upon favorable times. I shall raise my prices."
You have already taken probably hundreds of thousands of our money, of our gold.
She says, "And Elwyn, what are you searching for?"
Caliota, the only person that I have ever met that can make what I need is probably you. Your skills are only surpassed by your beauty.
You flatter me, Elwyn. But I accept. And she raises her hand in the air and she does a quick twirl. And as she does, you can see the grace, even her in her old legs. But they belie a nimbleness and a subtle lethality to her. She was, in her heyday, she was one of the most renowned sword singers, spell swords, yeah, sword singers in the land.
Well, as you know, my magic is different from the regular old wizards that plague our land. I'm unique.
Of course you are.
And I was wondering if you ever heard or came across, or just rumors of a way for me to pretty much unlearn some of the magic that I know and replace it with new magic, because I only have things that go boom, and at this moment I'm looking for a little more utility instead.
She says, "To change the workings of one's memory," she says, "It's possible. It's possible." She looks at you. She says, "Your connection to the weave, it is one of intuition, is it not?"
Yes, that's it.
I believe I can help. Just give me your palm and place it here upon this crystal.
I do just that.
I will read your energy waves and your inner sense of self. And you see her cast a spell over the crystal, and it begins to hum and glow a little bit. She says, "Ah, yes. You favor
Destruction.
the fire. You favor. Oh, I see. Very well." She says, "It shall be done." And she scribbles some notes on a piece of paper, and she says, "I can concoct a potion, a tonic, as it were, that would release your mind, that would target the portions of your mind that hold on to and latch upon to the sequences and the nature of certain spells. It would give you the opportunity to relearn and reapply yourself in ways that you had not prior done so."
And how much will this cost me?
She says, how heavy is your coin purse? Is it as heavy as his? And she nods over at Alberic's.
Maybe not as heavy, but around the same.
She says, well, business has been slightly slow for me lately. The king, he devotes all his resources to the mass crafting of armor and swords. And there are very few high-end magic users in this town who appreciate my talents. But for this small venture for you, Elwyn, 25,000 gold pieces.
Let's see. I got 20,601.
Then you are short. How do you expect to pay me the difference?
How much are you short?
Hold on. What would you give me in trade for this?
He says, it's in good condition. Has a unique enchantment upon it to enhance one's charisma. Not many like it in the world. It's quite valuable. She says, give me the mask and 7,000 gold, and I will give you your tonic.
None of you guys need charisma, right?
Nah.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, deal.
As,
give
as, I,
her-
as I smile, try to smile my best at you, and most charismatically.
She smiles. Says, very good. I could possibly, if not burdened with any other work, have this ready for you in the morning.
Thank you.
Yes, small one.
I had a request. If you are able to grant like sort of like wishes, you seem very very special now that I think of it. Would you? I know this might be very difficult actually come to think of it, but I believe you might be up to the challenge. Now, would you be able to create a teapot
A teapot?
that
Of what nature?
can brew on the go? And maybe one that could sense what type of tea people want, and like if it stores the tea, it could make it on request. If maybe it could ask questions, or it could just sense, I don't know. But the teapot, and you can see like, yes, Rennie really wants an awesome teapot on the go that does tea on request. It's like the bartender but for tea.
Yeah. So Caliota stops and thinks about it. What you are asking me is no easy task. Just to do so, to be able to produce any kind of tea at command, would require a large number of pocket dimensions be weaved into the spell. Very small pockets. And then, in the downtime, to be crafting and brewing these teas and preserving them in such a state. She says, quite the undertaking, but I like it. It's creative. It will require me to innovate a little bit.
I believe there is a demand for tea, and perhaps if you were to find what are those things, I think it was called a patent in the Feywild. Yes, a patent. You could probably make a business out of it. There are a lot of like, how do you put it? Tea parties, especially in the woods. I don't know about the upper levels of places, but the woods, there are a lot of tea parties.
He says, give me some time. I will think upon this task you ask of me.
That sounds good. I can wait.
Very good, very good. Anybody else? What would you ask of me? Demos,
Oh,
friend,
alright.
mi amore. What
So-
do you want, Deimos?
All right,
What do you want? She
young
steps right up
lady.
to you. She steps right up to you.
That's cool.
In your personal bubble, she's. What
Oh,
do you want
I'm
of
glistened up.
Caliota?
Yeah, I'm glistened up. I got oil all over myself. I'm like, I bought 2 of these things before, but I kept giving them away because people kept asking for them. This time, I want to know if you have any of those, cool golden motes. Because, 3rd time's a charm.
I knew it. You're always asking me for my golden
I
motes.
know, but I keep giving them away because I'm a sucker.
What if I have hidden them from you in a place
Oh.
where you'll have to go find them?
Well, joke's on you as I show her this potion as I just down it. It looks like I'm going to have to
Oh,
find
God.
out. I love younger women.
I begin to shoo everybody out of the shop.
I start
What?
stretching, just bending and just flexing. It's gonna get
pretty raunchy in here real
Not
fast.
at the couches, those are
Hey.
just clean.
Is
Caliota, My
I
safe
I
word's
shoo
pine-
Renly
yeah.
and Adis out as I give
my
Deimos
safe word's pineapple.
Caliota.
And she says,
Fine.
Albrecht Elwin. He says, as you are, and she calls out to you as you're leaving. She says, add a half a day to those times I quoted you. I am afraid I will be predisposed for the rest of the evening.
It's not true. It's gonna revigorate her.
Um,
You get it, girl.
Adis, you said you were broke, so there was nothing you needed, right?
I just walk out.
All right, girl. I brought the handcuffs.
Yeah, as as you guys leave,
Slam, the window is closed.
yeah, the door magically shuts behind you, and the windows shut about it, and the lights like snuff out as you guys walk out. So Deimos, you're inside. The
Mhm.
rest of you guys are just kind of standing around awkwardly outside in the middle. And it's the middle of the night. It's it's 3 a.m. It's a little cool here on this side of the in this part of the world. There's no one in the streets at all. And there's a good sized moon up above you. And yeah,
I think we should go get some sleep, go get on our nice clothes, pick up Deimos at around noon, and then head off to the wedding with Pablo.
Damn it,
These
we
are
should
my
have
nice
negotiated. We should have negotiated after Deimos did the deed.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Does she sell clothing for weddings?
No, that's not her.
All I know is after tonight, she won't be able to wear a white dress anymore.
Oh my god.
okay. You guys go find a small hotel or a hostel, and you guys get some rest.
Just go back to the mansion.
That's true. You go back to your mansion. All right. Deimos, roll.
I could just make us a mansion so we don't have to waste magic
Also,
coming back to get us.
I would have definitely been buffing myself up for this because I'm going hog wild.
All right, all right.
Deimos has
Since,
been hell
since
for
you
2
have
years,
since you
apparently.
have Moltar Bennot's concoction with you, you get advantage on these. All right,
Alright.
3 performance checks.
Performance. What are we doing? Performance, not athletics.
All right.
Tell her to let you borrow the mask.
Hey, girl. Let me put that mask on. You're gonna love this.
Oh, Deimos, you like it that way. Just,
Whoa, whoa.
I like
This
it
is for
too.
you, girl. Oh yeah, girl. You know what's up. You know what's up.
All right, so your charisma is 25 now.
All right. So that'd be a bonus.
The best use of the mask ever.
I'll just kind of just change it after I roll the stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Broken. Oh. Slowing down. I keep going all night. It was actually pretty hard, guys.
It's a night to remember. It's pretty epic.
This is where all the great rolls go.
There are screams. There's laughter. There's sweating. There's moments of rest and then reignited passion. 2 years of of nothing, and then before that, like months of being a woman, and it's done something to your body, and you just yeah, you go full bore. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Your knowledge of being a woman, it's giving you an insight and a tenderness, but also knowledge of when to be aggressive, and you push all the right buttons. All right. Okay. Late the next morning. This is the wedding day, so you guys don't have much time. Deimos, you kind of awaken. It's like 11 a.m.
Oh, holy shit. Albert, you got AC 28? Damn, boy.
Yeah, I've got AC 28 without armor, actually. So I don't know, actually, if... The only reason I wear the...
Damn, girl, that's better than mine.
Yeah, that's because my con got...
That's awesome.
Plus. My con got plus. So my AC is my dex plus my con, so it's 5 plus 9.
Oh, that's bitchin'. We should just, like, tape spikes to you.
Maybe. Because it'll be 26 with this armor now.
Don't wear the armor, dude.
Yeah, dude, they'll just
I
tape,
wear it for the
tape
second
spikes to
attack,
you.
or for the third attack. So I'll have to see what Midas says about it, actually.
Yeah, dude, you got more armor than the armor, dude.
Oh, hey, Midas.
That's awesome.
Holy shit, dude! You got a 32, a 28, and a 27, and a 20 on your stats,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got bloated stats, which is
bro.
great.
Dude,
Yo, what that
how's
27 is supposed to be a 17.
Yeah, how's your
Hey,
wisdom so
Owen.
high? That should be. Yeah, there you go.
it's still 32, 20, and 28.
Hey, Owen. Or wait, no, I have a gym worth money. Before we go to bed, or in the morning, I'm gonna go see if I can find somebody who can carve a statue of me, like a small one, that like a statuette.
Okay. It'll
And
take a
I'll
little
trade
while.
Them, trade them my little gym if they do it quickly.
So
that's
quick
worthwhile.
rough funes. So if you wake up early next morning, someone can do it in about a couple hours. You find a craftsman to do so. You pay him extra money. So go ahead and give up 500 gold for the crafting of this statue.
I'll give him the large diamond I have worth 4K.
I got you, bro. I'll give you
I got
500
it.
gold.
The statue needs to have gems in it too. It needs to be worth 1,500 gold.
Okay, so but I mean, once you add the gems to it, it's worth that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So you're able to get it made. Around that time that's done, Deimos comes just like stumbling out of Caliota's shop.
We're waiting for him, and I'll take him back real quick to the mansion, get him dressed up in a tux,
Okay.
God,
and
Gatorade.
let's get out of here with Pablo.
Pablo
Does she have
and
my
all his
potion?
kids are ready to go. No, she's been up busy all night.
Okay.
Obviously. I will go pick up Irene actually from the state.
Okay, you're gonna travel over.
Yep.
Did you
Okay,
have one
so-
of those gold things or no?
The what things?
Oh, for the Kaliota.
The
The
moat?
moats. Yeah.
Yeah, you got one. You're able to find it last night. Drop 50,000 gold out of your inventory.
You gassed it.
She made you work for it.
This is the thing that
Mhm.
removes the enchantment, right? Or
Yeah.
removes attunement.
Yeah. I keep buying them, but kept giving them away. Finally, armor that doesn't take a 2-minute slot.
Okay. It's getting close to wedding time. It's like 11:30.
Oh, once she gets what's her name, Irene, we're out of here.
Yes. So that was like first thing in the morning. Travel over, get Irene. Yep.
Okay, Deimos gets out. You rush him through a cleaning process, grooming process, and the clothes on, and then you guys are all gathered up with Irene and Pablo and his family.
Ooh,
why
the
they're
flowers,
getting
the music.
everybody-
Yes.
Midas, while they're getting everybody together, I'm gonna cast Contingency,
Mm-hmm.
and the spell I'm gonna use with it is Fireball, and the condition is if I say the word Fireball.
Okay, so where does it cast?
It doesn't cast. Contingency lasts for 10 days, and when I say fireball, contingency will cast fireball.
But
I know,
where will
but
it cast?
Where
Like,
will it cast?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Where's it
Wait.
casting?
it does
Where's
it
it
cast
cast?
it on you so that you are the center for fireball?
It casts the
20
spell
feet
whenever
out?
it
Or like 30 feet out, or 30
Like you have
feet
to
out,
give it a condition,
12
like
feet high.
Oh, really? It's that in depth on it?
it activates and does something as per your specifications.
It has to target you.
Ah.
Choose a spell of 5th level or lower that you can cast as a casting at a time of one action, and that can
Oh,
target
that
you.
and target me.
So
Oh,
like
wow.
resilience sphere, you end up in a hamster ball. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I don't have that spell. Okay, never mind. I won't cast it right now.
Okay.
I really need to learn how to read.
Anything else before you guys go?
Nope.
Okay. You guys teleport to Mistrala. There is a flash of light. You guys vanish. And above you, you see the broken portions of the silver spire, but bathed in a white light that's shown up from the ground that kind of hides and masks the ugliest features of its destruction, basically. And instead, it's just the whole town. As you land there, the whole town is festive. There's flowers that have been posted up on buildings, on lamp posts, all along everywhere around you. People are traveling towards the foot of the spire, towards the chapel specifically. People are in their best dress. You see ladies in elegant gowns. Even though some of them are poor, they've brought out their best clothing. Men are and they're wearing their doublets and have polished their shoes. Kids have combed their hair, and everyone's heading in that direction. From down there, there's an excited murmur amongst the crowds. You hear some people talking. Hurry, hurry! We're going to be late. The wedding's coming. The wedding's underway. He says, no, we're not. The wedding's not happening till the bride gets there, and the bride says she's not coming out until her friends arrive. So there's all
Hurry,
this.
damn it!
Yeah. So you guys arrive. What do you do?
We'll go to the bride, I guess.
Okay. You bust through the crowds and stuff, and you hurry along the way. You get there and you see a beautiful scene, laid out with where the trees have bent to form a canopy over the entrance to the chapel. The chapel itself had been half broken, half caved in because of the dragon attack. So some of the living trees, the tallest pines, have stepped around the chapel and bent their heads over to complete the building. And out in front of it, there's a row of trees that act as kind of like an aisleway up to the base of the chapel itself. The chapel the windows are thrown open so people can see inside this greatly glassed chapel. All around the outside of the chapel is the population of Mistrala. There's an anticipation in the air. There is an excitement, and it's almost a cathartic moment. This town has gone through a lot. It's been living in fear. It's been living in, and even in points some deprivation. There's been points of lack of resources, of food, and of basic care items. But all the while, these people have been resilient. They've been stalwart, and they've powered through. And now this moment is a brief chance and a brief opportunity that they have to forget their current situation, to forget the impending doom that they all know of, the impending attack, and to just be happy. You guys arrive at the chapel. What do you do?
Where is Ava?
A guard sees him. Well, there you are. Says, Lady Ava has said that when you arrived to show you around to where she is instantly. Come this way, and he leads you around the back of the chapel. And he shows you to her quarters, and there she is with two of her closest friends, her maids of honor there, dressed in white, beautiful, glowing. Ava Stolter is there, and she says, "There you are." She says, "I was so worried that you wouldn't arrive in time."
I brought you something blue from Terrell's mother, and I pull out from my bag of holding the bouquet in blue.
Oh, it's lovely. Thank you,
Blue is
Renly.
good, and you know Telephos wears blue all the time. So and I rush over and tackle her at her knees.
She hugs you back. She says, "Renly, thank you. You've always been a dear friend to me and to Telephos. We are so happy that you are here, that all of you are here."
Where's Telephos?
He's waiting in the other side of the chapel.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I
I'm
wink
gonna
at
go
her.
with Elwin.
Okay. On the other side of the chapel, you guys head over there, and the chapel is full. It's been converted to seating only, and there's all the pews and seats are packed. There's standing room up in the balconies and the lofts. As I said, much of it is glass, so outside people can see in. Mages are flying through the sky, hovering up above, so they can look down at the reception. The whole town, the whole city has arrived for this event. There is music. There's a minstrel playing in the background. Beautiful classical kinds of music. You guys get to the other side, and standing there inside the another dressing quarters, you find Telephos. His robes clean pressed. It's not what it's in the picture. His hood is gone, and instead his hair, his platinum colored hair, is draped back behind his ears, combed and slicked. It's obviously some attention gone towards how he looks as opposed to normally just with his hood on. All right. There's an unease about him, a tense nervousness as he looks up as you guys are ushered in.
I say, dude, you're looking good. You're gonna have a good lady there, and I got you something for tonight.
He
I'm
He
gonna
looks at you
hand him the potion.
inquisitively.
Oh God!
He looks at it, and questioningly he points to it, and in his gesture, you've been around him long enough. You get the sense that he says,
Yeah.
"What's it for?"
I'm just gonna make the thirsting motion.
His eyes widen a little bit, just briefly, and then they go back to normal, and a wry smile comes across his face, and he nods. He gives you a nod, and you see him tuck it away inside an inner robe pocket.
I'm gonna fist bump him, and I'm gonna say, "Well, let's get you married, bro."
Okay. As you say that, the music inside the chapel changes to a more regal one, a more of a call to attention, and the festivities begin. Walking up to the center of the stage area, you see Liam the Holy take his place in the middle of the platform. In front of him, hundreds and hundreds of people inside the building. Up in the air above, dozens of mages and arcanists, and all outside the chapel, thousands of people. He waves his hand, and through thaumaturgy, his voice carries across all of them all. He says, "Friends, family, we have been as a town, as a city, as a people through much together. through much pain and loss, but today is not one of those days. We are here to celebrate the union of two of our finest, of two of our most beloved. He says. He nods over to his right, and as the music swells, Telephos emerges from the side room. There's a healthy respect. People are reverential to Telephos, not just because of his power and because of his reputation, but all knowing what he gave, what he personally sacrificed to save so many of their lives when Praktinic attacked 2 years ago. He had personally stood in the way of the dragon and bought time for the city for many civilians to flee. He is well loved in this town. Telephos calmly, well, not calmly, but smoothly walks there, but you guys see just a hint of nervousness underneath him, underneath his countenance. And he stands there in front of everybody, wordlessly. And Liam says, "And now, the bride." And the music changes, and the procession begins. The weddings of these in this era are a little bit different from what we're accustomed to. It's a long procession. First comes family members and friends and acquaintances as they all walk down the aisle, and then come the gift bearers. And there's a procession of them, 5, 6, 7 of them, all carrying various magical items and items of great value. Then come the symbolic things. There's the one bearing the cord. Symbolically in this culture, it's when you overlay it over the shoulders of the bride and the groom, it represents their union. They're being tied together. Then there's the one who holds the book of arcane wisdom and life, the holy text of Mistrala. And the procession begins, and finally, towards the end of it, it goes on for about 10 minutes. Come the two bridesmaids, Ava's closest companions, her classmates that she'd gone up through the ranks here with. And as the procession, and with those two ladies, the procession stops, and the music shifts again. A swelling and glorious melody. Ava, being a musician, a bard of extreme talent, having composed this music herself, and one can only say that the music is divine. It carries with it all the emotion and all the sensation of one whose hopes and dreams are wrapped up in this very moment. Tears are brought to the eyes of many in the crowd as the music just lilts and and rests on a perfect chord. And Avo steps into the room. Beautiful, radiant in her dress, she slowly walks down, gracefully, walks down the aisle, her eyes focused on Telephos in the center of the stage. A breathless few moments go by as she completes her journey up the long hallway, the long procession way. And she stands there opposite Telephos, both of them in front of Liam. And as the crowd sits down, Liam says, "It is my great privilege today to wed these two. May this union be a point of healing for our land, of hope for our people, one that glorifies the gods, finding their favor. And may your family flourish and prosper." He says, Ava Stolter, do you take Telephos Britanni to be your husband in the holy covenant of marriage? Will you love and honor him in sickness and in health, For richer or for poorer, till death do you part. Ava, radiant in beauty, a smile across her face, says, I do. Liam turns to Telephos and says, Telephos, Britanni, do you take Ava Stolter to be your wife in this covenant of marriage? Will you love and honor her, cherish her, protect her in sickness and in health? For richer or poorer, till death do you part. And as the question is asked, all the mages in the sky above, dozens of them, raise their hands as one, channeling arcane magic through their hands, and you see barriers arise all throughout the. There's dozens of them.
I'm just kidding.
Barriers arise all throughout the room, and several mages standing inside the hallway, casting various, overlaying various spells. This is the land of magic. So dozens and dozens of mages everywhere, overlaying force, walls of force, globes of invulnerability, anti-magic zones all throughout the chapel, a matrix of defensive spells all over the place, all around. Liam himself raises his hand and places it on Ava's shoulder, and you see him close his eyes and mutter a prayer, and the two of them glow in holy, radiant light. Telephos lifts his eyes, looks directly into Ava's, and says, I do. And there's a shock wave that rattles the halls, that surges forth. The blast of wind just carries with it, snuffs out all the candles. If it weren't for all these spells layered on this place, you know that the force of the explosion would have decimated this building, and many of the people here would have died. But because of the magics overlaid on top of each other, it takes a moment, but the dust clears, and the light returns to the room. And there remaining, Ava and Telephos gaze into each other's eyes, and Liam smiles. Then it is my privilege to introduce to this city of Mistrala, husband and wife, Telephos and Ava. Telephos, you may kiss your bride. And as the two lean together, in a passionate, gentle kiss, the whole voice, the voice of all the people in the town, rise as one. Humans, elves, dwarves, animated trees, and minotaurs, fairies, sprites, all various manner of creature, all cheering and shouting and screaming as one. The noise is deafening, as it echoes up and down the hallways in this holy, holy building. The two smile at each other, and they begin to process outside of the chapel. And that is where we'll end it for tonight.
Ugh, I expected an explosion or death.
So I'm going to grow and put Renly on my shoulder so she can see.
And the wedding party begins. And it's a glorious, glorious party. Irene sings her heart out. Pablo is in his element as he's pushing out super high quality chimichangas. These are like gourmet chimichangas all over the place, feeding hundreds and hundreds of people. Yeah, it is a night to remember.
Prior to the wedding, Renly had told Deacon exactly 1 minute in between to talk to Ava, and she had totally cast fertility on her if she was willing.
Don't ruin their wedding this early into it. Holy snap.
I mean, end of the world stuff. I mean, they totally deserve shenanigans.
I give him like 47 just unbreakable condoms.
Okay, I gave him more than that. You're going through that in a week.
All right, guys.
Hey Midas.
Yo.
How much are the mithril ball and the cut gem worth?
You said 50,000 gold, right?
That's what I was gaming for on him,
Yeah. The mithril ball is worth that much. The gem is close. It's in the 45,000 range.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks for running the game.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Midas.
Thank you.
All
that was
right.
awesome. Oh,
Have-
Next
Yeah,
week.
thanks, dude.
I'm
Have a great
crying
night.
in real life here, just so
In
you know.
hindsight, I should have used my scroll on that simulacrum, then it wouldn't have took as long to cast it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Midas,
Yo.
how many spells am I going to be able to replace just so I can think about it?
Oh, you can reset them. You can redefine all of them if you want.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
awesome.
All right.
All right.
Have a good night,
Have a
guys.
good night.
Catch you
Good night.
next week.